It was supposed to say starting right now, but it just said starting rye. Anyway, here we are. Hello. How is everybody? How are we? My microphone's turned down a little for some reason. I'm going to turn it up. Now's not the time, microphone. Hi, everyone. Hello. Welcome to DENTATHON. Woohoo. How are we today? I'm gonna tilt my computer so I can see.
Congratulations on your good deed, Putt.
Oh my goodness, oh my goodness. Spouthos has donated $5, but 2 minutes ago, actually, Red Apple Snaps donated $25. Both of you are getting added to the decision queue, and both of you are getting stickies on the wall. Give me just 2 seconds. I have to write this down on the off chance that something like this happens where the donation queue doesn't include things that happened 3 minutes ago. So hold on. Red. I have a marker. Apple Snaps is up first. And then Spalfos. This is so exciting. We're already $30 toward our goal, which is amazing. I just got a knock on my door for some reason. Hold on, guys. BRB. I'm back. It was a package. We're good. It's too heavy. I'll deal with it later. Okay, so I have to decide on the colors. I feel like Red Apple Snaps should be red. Like that makes sense, right? I'm also gonna write as neatly as possible because, as it turns out, I have awful handwriting and it has only gotten worse as the pandemic has raged on. But I wanted these to be bigger. They're like the smallest things in the entire world. I ordered so many of them too. That's the other thing. But that's your name, I swear. And then Spalfos will put you in blue, bud. Oh, good. And my markers are kind of dry too. This is great. I am crushing it at this.
Congratulations on your
Matador,
good deed, Putt.
thank you for the $10. You are getting your name on the wall and added to the decision queue.
Congratulations
Oh my
on your
god,
good
Jiminy's
deed, Putt.
Journal! $5. You guys are incredible. I can't write this fast. You're gonna be purple, Jiminy's Journal. Jiminy's. 7? Oh no.
Congratulations on your good deed, Putt.
Matt stuck in the moon goo. Oh, I really fucked up on writing Jiminy's Journal's name. I'm so sorry, Jiminy's Journal. It really looks bad. Fortunately, again, I ordered 1,000,000 of these stickies and they're way too small, so no one will be able to see. I thought maybe they'd be fine, and now I'm looking at it in action, and it's like, no. Matt stuck in the moon goo. Thank you. Okay. The moon goo. All right. That also looks whack as shit. That's fine. Let's get going on this book. I'm very excited. I have decided on the creepy creations of Professor Shock, but if for some reason we get through this game and we want to do another one, I have a backup. But I thought this looks fun and appropriate for this circumstance. So let's do it. We're going to get started right now. So, Red Apple Snaps, you are on deck. Get ready. You are our first decision. It probably will be a few pages in, and it will be, most likely, the most important decision of the book, because it will determine where we go. School's out, you yell gleefully. Leaning on the handlebars of your bicycle, you
Thanks for your help. Bye.
Danny Four, thank you for the $5. You are at the tippy top. I can't remember anything that I'm saying. And Darth Credible Hulk, $25. Hold on, everybody. I have to take a second.
Congratulations on your good deed, Putt.
Holy shit, you guys are so nice. This is happening very quickly, so I don't have... I need someone... I need an assistant. Thank you, Darth Credible Hulk.
Congratulations on your good deed, Putt.
Okay. All right, we're doing great. Oh my goodness. I don't know why it's not. I need it to keep the list so that I don't lose everybody. Hold on. I have to figure out a way that it doesn't delete all this
Thanks
stuff.
for your help. Bye.
Events history. Ah, fuck. Boy, I fucked up. Hold on. I'm going to pull up the Streamlabs page so I don't... Oh, did I fix it? I fixed it. This is going back to pre the stream, but that's perfect because then I can keep an eye on things. Keep rolling, 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 yo. Thank you for the 400 bits. You are a bit of the best. Okay, back to it. Did I get everybody? I did. Okay. You gaze at your best friends, Jason and Stacy.
Congratulations
Sarah
on your
the
good deed,
Jeep.
Putt-Putt.
Thank you so much. You're going to be pink. I wasn't thinking about how I have to write with my hands and my eyes and then also read with my hands and my eyes. But this is fine. No! 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 This is going great. I'm a fundraiser. I raise funds. Okay, awesome. You guys are amazing. Jason and Stacy are twins, but they have different accents. You'll never guess which ones they are. Both have blonde hair and blue eyes, but that's about the only way they're alike. See, RL knows. RL knows they're going to have different accents. Let's ride around the park, Jason suggests. Boring, Stacy responds. Let's go someplace new. As always, you make the decision. We'll go that way, you say, pointing north out of the park. Taking Stacy's side, I see. Oh, you're trying to buy a PC today, so you're being too frugal, but the excitement will probably make you spend way more money on tooth. Oh, Spalfos. Don't, if you're trying to save money, please don't worry about it. You race up the wide boulevard on your bicycles. Soon you're in a part of town you've never seen before. I heard this was the oldest part of the city, Jason says.
I'm in there like swimwear.
Oh, over there for you just resubscribed to Tier 1. You've been subscribed with us for 2 months. Thank you so much for continuing to be a valued member of this community. Some of the houses go back to pioneer days. That one looks like it goes back to the dinosaurs,
Thanks
you
for your
joke.
help. Bye.
Sick burn. Sarah the G, thank you for the bits. You are a bit of the best. You point at a high, crumbling brick wall. All you can see of the house behind it is a rotting roof. A sign by the front
Thanks
gate.
for your help. Bye.
Incredible Hulk, thank you for the 100 bits. You are a bit of the best. Look at that hype train go. A sign by the front gate says, please come in. Good idea. It's a good idea. I think we should go in, you guys. They aren't giving us a decision. We do have to go in. I feel like they should give us a decision at this point, though. I'm just going to throw that out there. You turn to your friends. Let's check it out, you suggest.
I'm in there like swimwear.
Overlord Zaylor, you just subscribed to Tier 1. Thank you so much. Welcome to the community. Enjoy your brand new emotes. You turn back to the gate and stop in shock because the sign now says, danger. These are all separate sentences, by the way. It says, and stop, period, in shock, period, because the sign now says danger. Exclamation point. CJ, thank you for the 6 bits. You are a bit of the best. Teeth, teeth, teeth. And Smee by the Sea, it's absolutely fine if you can't donate. Just being here is presence enough for me. You rub your eyes. Did you read the sign correctly? Then you see that it's loose.
Congratulations on your good deed,
Wistor,
Putt-Putt.
you just donated some $17.74. You're on the queue. Putting your name on a sticky. The sticky is going on the wall. People are being so generous. Oh, gosh, it's amazing. You guys are incredible. Then you see that it's loose. It turns slowly in the wind, back to the side that says, please come in. Oh, so we're just idiots. And that's been established really early. What book did we pick? We picked The Creepy Creations of Professor Shock. I thought it was appropriate, but we have another one if we finish this one. I don't. It's the one with the knight on the front. Let's go in, Stacy says excitedly. Are you nuts? Jason cries. I feel like I should have switched their voices, but whatever. The sign says danger. It only says danger half the time, Jason. As usual, you decide. I want to see what's inside, you declare. So book character decides, not us. We don't get to. Once again. The rusty gate is open a crack. You push it all the way open and enter. It is all good, Wister. I appreciate it. You find yourselves in a weedy yard. Blaze it. With grass as high as your knees. Blaze it. Beyond the lawn stands a huge, old, 3-story house. Paint peels from every wall. The porch sags. Several of the windows are boarded up. This is very relatable. Like, big mood. It looks haunted, Jason says nervously. Do bits count toward the goal? Unfortunately, they don't, because it doesn't go on the thing, and because it's like I have to wait until like the middle of next month for any bits, so that's why it's like a tip thing. It's just easier to keep track of and more immediately able to pay for my bills. Stacy rolls her eyes. There's no such thing, she responds, but I'll bet no one's lived here in a long time. You step onto the sagging porch and peer in the front window.
Congratulations on your good deed,
Retail
Putt-Putt.
Sissipkus, thank you for the $10. Wowie zowie, you guys. I said $5 for the choices because I didn't want people to like, I wanted people to help me with the choices.
Congratulations on your good deed, Putt-Putt.
Retail, you guys are being so nice. Sissip, I just don't want to spell it wrong. Gus. Okay, and then Matt Pierce, thank you for the $1. I don't have a white marker, but I have a yellow marker. Will that work? Hold on. These teeth stickies want to stay together. Very similar to what my teeth want. Fortunately, I have a million of them. Matt Pierce, I've got yellow. Ah, yeah, that's going to show up real good. Yeah. Okay. Oh, I'm so good at writing. Bam. There you go. Let's see. It's so dirty you can't see anything inside. Then a strong, bony hand clamps around your wrist. Your heart thuds. A fierce-looking old man is holding your wrist. He's totally bald. A bushy white beard hangs down to his chest. His dark eyes squint behind thick glasses. It's about time you got here. I've been waiting all morning. I'm Professor Shock, the old man says. Are you ready to start work? What do you mean, you demand, pulling away from him? Professor Shock frowns. Aren't you from Acme Cleanup? No, Stacy tells him. We were riding around and saw your gate was open. Oh, Professor Shock seems disappointed. The people from Acme were supposed to clean my garage, he explains, but they didn't show up. Why don't I hire you kids? It's not hard work and I'll pay you $50. You glance at the twins. That's a lot of money. Split 3 ways in the 90s? Yeah, sure, you can see a movie with that. Let's get some popcorn, get some sodas. It's the 90s. Jason nods eagerly. Sure, we'll be glad to.
Congratulations on your good deed,
Over
Putt-Putt.
there, 4, thank you for the dentist. You are going on a sticky. You're going to be green. Over there, 4. Okay.
Congratulations on your good deed, Putt-Putt.
And in 10 Spiders, thank you for the $10. I'm going to open up the page that the tips are all tracked on because people are donating much faster than I thought they were going to, and I don't want people to not get to do their decisions on accident. Oh no! A disaster! Oh boy! Oh no! Disasters everywhere. Jesus Christ. Okay, hold on. I'm fixing it. They don't like my wall. I don't know what to tell you. Yeah. Oh, hi, baby. It's okay. Why don't you move so I don't roll over you with the chair, though? That'd be good, right? That'd be a good idea. Yeah. I fixed it. There's a lot of chaos. Okay. And then Nintendo Spiders. Yes. Okay, Nintendo Spiders. Let me write you down, and then I'm going to open the page, and then I'm going to keep reading. And hopefully we'll get to a choice at some point. Guys are so nice. Okay.
Thanks for your help.
Sensed
Bye.
the chaos and had to come over. Okay, let me just open the page so I've got a good eye on it, because I really didn't think people would donate so quickly and so much. You're amazing. Recent events. Let's keep an eye on it from here. I think I can do. I don't know. Streamlabs is so fucking weird. Oh, there it is. Yeah. Uh-oh. It doesn't have everything. I sure wish it did, though. Oh, there we go. All right, perfect. And then I'll filter it so that I'm just seeing donations, and then I'll be able to keep an eye on it better. Because the last thing I want is, again, someone to not get their decision when it's their time, you know? Okay. Perfect. And please, if I do somehow accidentally skip over you because the interface is being whack as shit, please let me know. I'm going to really quickly write down the names I see on the off chance that we lose it. Was there anyone between Spalfos and Jiminy's journal? I don't believe there was, but just to be safe, I want to make sure. Okay. I'm writing down like the next 10. Okay. I wrote so fast. Holy shit. Okay. That's the fastest I think I've ever written. And it's illegible. Hopefully we come upon a choice soon, too. And I want to make sure that I don't roll over my cat. Nope, he moved. That's good. He's over there now, wandering around. Okay, great. Let's keep going. Okay. Wonderful, Professor Shock replies. Right this way. You follow the old man to the backyard. Then you see the garage, and you wonder if you've made a big mistake. The garage is as big as a barn and packed with junk. Moldy old furniture, rotting cardboard boxes, piles of rags, a rusted-out car, and that's just in the front part. You want us to clean this out? Stacy asks. It'll be easy, Professor Shock says cheerfully. He hands you brooms and trash bags. I'll check back later. Oh, one thing, he adds. Whatever you do, don't go in the back room. Sounds good to me. That's less work, you know? Whatever. He points to a partially open green door, great, at the back of the garage. But, Stacy cries, too late. He's gone. You and your friends gaze at the incredible mass of junk. Is the money really worth it? It's not! It's objectively not! It's not! Leave! Let's get started, you say with a sigh. Once again, they don't ask our opinion on that one. He pitches it as a hypothetical question to be asked, and then, no. You find a wheelbarrow and load piles of old newspapers into it. Stacy pushes a broom in the back of the garage. This entire book is just going to be what physical labor we do. Jason carries boxes to the front. Oh no, Stacy suddenly calls. My ring slipped off my finger, and it rolled right into the back room! Dun dun dun! Damn it, Stacy!
Congratulations on your good deed,
Helvich, thank you for the $10. You're going on the wall! But not with blue, because that marker is dying for some reason, even though it's brand freaking new. Come on, Crayola. Green it is. No. Matt's stuck in the moon goo, tried to make a break for it, but not today. So page 33. Oh, we're about to reach a choice, so get ready, Red Apple Snaps. You and Jason hurry to the back of the garage. You glance toward the front. No sign of Professor Shock. Come on, you say, let's find the ring. But when you step through the green door, you forget all about Stacy's ring. The room is packed with electronic gadgets and toys. Every shelf and table holds a cool-looking machine. Lights flash, circuits buzz. A blackboard is covered with mathematical formulas. The walls are plastered with diagrams of machines. There's a dog that's very upset in the hallway. I bet Professor Shock is an inventor, Stacy exclaims. This must be his workshop. What do all these things do? Jason wonders. You're studying two huge switches on the back wall. One's red, one's white. From the red switch, a red wire leaps to the back of an 8-foot-tall copper robot. That's a very tall robot. A white cable from the white switch leads to a high-tech pinball machine. It looks like the coolest game you've ever seen. You already know you're gonna pull one of the switches. The only question is, which switch? Red apple snaps. Are we gonna pull the red switch to the robot or the white switch to the pinball machine? And I'm gonna put a sticky on this page in case we die. Yeah, that dog's doing Foley like crazy. Red. Red it is. All right. Page 35. We're going to the red switch. You decide to try the red switch. You reach up behind the giant robot and flip the switch to on. At first, nothing happens. But then the robot's eyes blink. Red pinpoints of light shine out of them. It swivels its head. Left, right, left, right. Whoa, excellent, Stacy exclaims. It looks dangerous, Jason complains. I wish someone would help this dog out there because he's just outside my door screaming right now. And it's like, it's not a yard out there, so what are you guys doing? What's up? Yeah, there he is. Oh, thank you, Calvage. Well, if you happen to be here when we do get to you, feel free to, make the decision. And if not, we'll skip to the next person. I appreciate your contribution so much. You think the robot is the coolest thing you've seen in a long time. Maybe we can make it clean up the garage, you suggest. Yes, let's immediately put it to work. Perfect idea. You aren't sure how to control the robot. You try pushing it toward the green door. The metal man's arms wave clumsily in the air. Then it takes a jerky step forward. This is honestly precious, like more than I thought it was going to be. This is great, Stacy says. Even Jason agrees for once.
Congratulations on your good
Overlord
deed, Putt-Putt.
Sailor, thank you so much for the $10 donation. I'm an international treasure. That's so nice of you. The exchange rate is very bad. I appreciate your donation. You are going on the wall, Overlord Sailor. Damn, my handwriting is getting worse as we go. I'm an adult. I never learned to write. Even Jason agrees for once. We won't have to do any work at all now. He whacks the robot enthusiastically on its copper back as it lumbers by him. Go to it, pal. The robot blinks, gears whir, then it spins around and grabs for Jason's throat. Valid. He's right. I'm on the robot side. Help! It's gone crazy, Jason shouts. Stop it! Red Apple snaps, I can't believe you killed Jason. Your eyes widen in horror. The robot is trying to strangle Jason. Duck, you shout. But when Jason ducks out of the way, the robot doesn't seem to notice. Instead, it lurches wildly across the room, bangs into the wall, spins around, walks into a chair. Next, it starts knocking things off the tables. Its arms whirl like windmills, smashing into everything that's near them. The robot is out of control! Ah! You wonder if Jason knocked its circuits loose when he whacked it on the back. That's what happens when people touch me. My circuits come loose too, and then I try to strangle them. Turn it off, Stacy screeches. Snapping out of your horrified daze, you start for the back of the shop. You've got to reach that red switch. Oh no, the robot is moving toward Professor Shock's desk. It's stacked with books and complicated charts. A flat black box with rows of buttons balances atop a pile of papers. No, you shout. Professor Shock will boil you in oil if you let the robot mess up his work. Guys, I hate to tell you this, but you already messed up his work. You leap toward the desk. If you can only move the papers out of the way. But the robot is faster. Smash! Crash! Its metal arm sweeps across the desktop, knocking everything to the floor. That's funny, the robot did a dramatic desk sweep. It's very good. At that moment, Professor Shock rushes through the door. Page 40. Oh, Spalfos, get ready. Oh, I am gonna write down more names so we don't lose anybody. But Spalfos, we are about to make another decision, so get you ready. Yeah, alright, great. This is a perfect system. Well designed, well thought out. What are you kids doing? Professor Shock demands. Dashing to the red switch, he turns it to off. A grinding sound like a dying car engine comes from the robot. Slowly, its arms stop swinging. I like that as a 10-year-old, we're very familiar with the sound of a dying car engine. Anyway, me currently probably wouldn't be able to pick that out of a lineup, but... Slowly, its arms stop swinging, its legs stop churning, its head falls forward and clangs against its copper chest. An awful silence falls over the room. You gaze around at the horrible mess. The flat, black box from the desk is lying in 2 pieces at your feet. Trying not to draw attention to yourself, you pick them up and stuff them in your pocket. Maybe you can fix the box later. Yeah, I bet you can. Professor Shock steps toward you. His face is red with anger. I thought I told you not to come in here, he growls. Hey, Professor Shock, I don't want to yes, you did. You did tell them that. But also, you hired a bunch of strange children to clean out your garage, told them not to go into a room, and left the door to that room open. So really, whose fault is it, would you say? Because I'd say it's still the children's fault. Stay out of the room. Let's go, Stacy cries. She and Jason bolt out the door. You really want to follow them, but maybe you ought to apologize instead and offer to help clean things up. What'll it be? Follow your friends out the door on page 54 or apologize and offer to help on page 26. Spalfos, what are we thinking? Putting a sticky here too. I always put stickies where the decisions are in case we die and need to go back. Spalfos wants to apologize. Fantastic. Let's apologize. We're polite little children. Let's do it. I'm sorry, you tell Professor Shock. We didn't mean to come in here, and we didn't mean to make the robot go nuts. It was all an accident. What about the damage? The old man thunders. You've caused thousands of dollars worth of damage. You gulp. I'll work to help pay for it, you offer. You'll pay all right, Professor Shock mutters. His voice is hurting my throat a little. Oh, good night, Retail Sisyphus. Thank you so much for the donation. I hope you sleep well. You are a wonderful and generous soul. Hi, baby. Goose is running around. He's freaking out. He glances around. Where's my remote control? I left it on my desk. You mean this? Guiltily, you pull the 2 pieces of the flat black box from your pocket. You broke it! The professor screams. What will I do now? Then his eyes narrow thoughtfully. Never mind. I just figured...
Congratulations on your
Orak,
good deed, Putt-Putt.
Thank you for the $25 donation. Onto the wall you go. I wish these teeth were better at sticking to the wall and not to each other, because they are great at sticking to each other and not so much to the wall. Hi, baby. Baby Goose, what you doing? Just walking around. You've been weirdly jealous of it. There's no need to be jealous. You can just join. We're very open and inclusive. Come be in our community. This isn't like a little clique you're not welcome in. Everyone's welcome. Unless you're a butt. Are you a butt? Probably not. Join us. Nintendo Spiders, is your spacebar working? Okay. Follow me! I can't fucking do his voice. Nervously, you follow the old man out of the garage and into his house. As soon as he opens the door, loud squawks fill your ears. Maybe he has a parrot. In here! Professor Shock shouts above the noise. You stop and stare. The living room is even stranger than the garage. That makes sense, because he lives in the living room. The only furniture in the professor's living room is a big armchair. It's surrounded by dozens of televisions. All are on, their volume cranked up. It's so noisy you can't think. The professor seats himself in the chair and then turns to you with a smile. I like to watch all the TV sets at once, he shouts, but I hate to get up and change the channels. Since you broke my remote, you can change them for me. But you start to object. Get to it, he orders. Or do you want me to call your parents to tell them what you did? It's not worth it. Get out. He doesn't know your parents' number. You can run. Quickly, you shake your head. Good. The professor leans back in his chair. Change that one to channel 33, he tells you, pointing at one of the TVs. Then turn the volume up on that one.
Swimwear.
Anonymous, you just gifted a tier 1 sub to Ninten Spiders. Thank you so much, Ninten Spiders. Congratulations on continuing to be a valued member of this community, whether you like it or not. Then turn the volume up on that one. Then change that one over there to channel 72. Then fix the picture on that one. You dash around the room, trying to follow his orders. Faster! Professor Shock commands. There isn't even time to catch your breath. It's awful. You love to channel surf, but not like this. Professor Shock might keep watching forever, but for you, the show's over. It's the end. And that's what you get for apologizing, Spalthos. That's what you get. Our very first death. Spalthos, you killed us. So, we're going to go back and we're going to follow our friends out the door on page 54 instead. We'll see this thread through and then we'll go back. Can't believe Spalthos murdered us via TV. Okay. All right. I think I've got... Yeah, I'm going to write... I think I'm good on my thing. I probably don't have to write down any names just yet. Did I bookmark the buttons too? I hope so. Okay. Wait for me, you call, dashing after Stacy and Jason. You race past the pile of boxes and old furniture in the garage. You don't even glance at the rusted car and machinery, although clearly that's what you're interested in the most. Well, you know, 10-year-olds, they love real cars, right? I don't know, it was the 90s. People played with Hot Wheels. Speeding outside, you jump on your bike. The twins are already way down the street. You pedal as fast as you can for your own neighborhood. After a few blocks, you glance back. Whew, no sign of Professor Shock. You're home free. When you reach your house, you grab some cookies from the kitchen and head upstairs. You feel like relaxing for a while. You slip on your Walkman headphones. Then you pop in your favorite tape and lie down on your bed to listen. That's when you remember the broken black box in your pocket. Sitting up, you pull the two halves of the box out of your pocket and examine them. One has a single red button on it. The other half has 11 buttons. 9 are black with mysterious symbols printed on them. The last 2 are white. They're labeled Rewind and Fast Forward. Oh my god, did R.L. Stine write Click? Starring Adam Sandler? You twist the pieces in your hand. How do they fit together? Snap! The two halves click into place. Wow, so we just stole this from that guy, basically. We just stole this, is what we've done here. There isn't even a crack where the break was. The box looks good as new. It's clearly some fancy kind of remote control. Should you return it to Professor Shock, you wonder? Before you can decide, a green laser beam shoots out from the edge of the remote. The end that's pointed toward you. What's going on? Turn to page 57 to find out. Okay. Oh, did another tooth fall? Yes. I wish they stuck better. I bought so many of them. Yeah, he shouldn't leave strangers unattended in his garage. Zit! The laser beam bounces off your Walkman. The music suddenly grows louder. Quickly, you turn the volume down, but the sound keeps swelling. It's hurting your ears. You switch the Walkman off. Maybe you could just take the headphones off. I mean, it doesn't matter. The music plays on. It blares in your ears so loud you think your brain will fry. Dropping the remote, you try to yank the earphones off your head, but they won't budge. Okay. It's as if they're glued in place. Help, you cry, but you can't even hear your own voice. The music is so loud your whole head is vibrating. Your eyes feel as if they're going to pop out. You've got to do something. This is dangerous. Think, you urge yourself. Your Walkman went crazy right after you put the remote together. Maybe if you break it apart again, the Walkman will leave you alone. Or maybe you should try pressing one of the remote buttons. Better decide quickly before your brain explodes. Try to break the remote apart on page 80 or press one of the buttons on page 31. It's your call, Jiminy's Journal. What's it gonna be? Hey, Double Ducky. How's it going? I'm gonna bookmark this page. Button! Yeah, let's press one of the buttons. Page 31. You snatch the remote off your bed and punch frantically at the buttons. Your finger lands on one of the black buttons. A second later, the awful blasting music stops. Well, the music blasting is not your fault, but if it's awful, that's on you. You put the tape in. Silence. You never knew how great it was. For a while, you simply sit there, shaking. Then you examine the Walkman. It looks the same as it always did. You peer at the remote. That green ray that came out of it, did it really make your Walkman go crazy? You cross to the other side of the room and point the remote at the Walkman. Cautiously, you press the button that seemed to turn the Walkman off. No green ray, but the Walkman blares on instantly. The music is so loud that you can hear it clear over on the other side of the room, even though it's coming through the earphones. Quickly, you press the button again. The Walkman shuts off. You examine the remote more closely. What are all those buttons for? Especially that red one. Do you dare to find out? And then they answer for us. Sure you do. Press the red button on page 91. Hi, baby. Baby Goose. Goose is running around. You take a deep breath. You punch your finger down on the red button. The remote lets out a short, high-pitched buzzing sound, but your Walkman doesn't turn on. In fact, as far as you can tell, nothing happens. What a rip-off, you grumble and press another of the black buttons. Hey, what do you mean, what a rip-off? You stole this! This is a thing you stole! All the lights... Okay, what a rip-off, you grumble and press another of the black buttons. All the lights in the room blink on. You hit the button again. The lights go off. A third button controls your TV. A fourth turns your model train on and off, even though it's made of wood. Ah! Cool, you think. Professor Shock's box is some kind of super remote. That reminds you, the remote does belong to Professor Shock. You know you should return it, but maybe you don't have to return it right this minute? You'd really like to show it to Jason and Stacy. What do you think? If you choose to return the remote to the professor right away, go to page 83. If you'd rather show it to the twins first, go to page 11. Who is up next? Matt stuck in the moon goo. What do you think? Are we returning it or are we going to show it to our friends first? I agree, Smee by the Sea. What a ripoff is hilarious for many reasons, but 1,000% that is one of them. Magikarp, Magilarp, thank you for the follow. Everybody say hello to Magikarp, Magilarp, and to Gregory Stomp the Stomping Yoshi, who stomp upon our choices and our hearts. Show it to our friends. Sounds good to me. Matt stuck in the moon goo. You decide to show the remote to your friends. Why not? You can return it to Professor Shock tomorrow. You stuff the rest of your cookies into your pocket for later. Sure, okay. Then you bike over to Jason and Stacy's house. The twins are on their back porch where Jason is building a model plane. You tell them about Professor Shock's gadget. You mean it can turn any machine on? Stacy asks. No way, Jason sneers. No remote works on everything. Jason needs some convincing. You point the remote at his half-made model plane and press one of the black buttons. The model plane soars into the air. Hey, Jason cries, how'd you do that? That plane doesn't even have a motor. You find that you can control the plane's motion by holding down the button, so you make the plane turn, dip, roll. Cool, Jason declares. He's convinced. Then the plane suddenly turns in the air, by itself, and dives straight at you and the twins! Ah! Like, the second the remote controlled the wooden train, you should have been like, I'm giving this back right now. This is not for me. This is not science. This is magic, and it is of the dark kind. But whatever. I'm not a 10-year-old. What do I know? The plane is aiming straight for your head. Eek! You stab your finger at the remote button that controls the plane. The plane merely picks up speed! Goose, what are you doing, baby? Baby boy. Thought I could see him through the thing. But he's just making noises over there. Hold on, let me check on my fella. 1 second, guys. 1 second. It is dark magic. I'm not anti-magic. I just don't think this remote should be in our house. And I think that that's fair. Oh, baby! Okay, so this blanket is right now being held in place with a record player that I put on top of it. And Goose is on top of that record player. It's the tallest he's ever been. Baby, He's just giving me a full view of his butthole right now, actually. I just looked up and it was 100% butthole. Goose. He's just all the way up. We're holding hands. Sorry, guys. Okay. I'm back. He's very cute. Thank you, Emonorak. I agree, it's very sensible. The second it controls something that it should not in any capacity be able to control, you give that shit right back. Right back. Okay, so the plane merely picks up speed. Duck, you yell. You and the twins dive off the porch. Crunch! The model plane slams into the side of the house. It's completely wrecked. Jason turns to you angrily. Why did you do that? I didn't, you protest. Really, it wasn't me. It was the remote. I think maybe it has a short circuit. You mean you broke it? Jason shakes his head. Professor Shock is going to be really mad. Hey, I know, Stacey breaks in. Our Uncle Jack has an electronics repair shop in the old mall. I bet he can fix it. The old mall, you repeat, a little nervously. You're not supposed to go there. The forbidden mall. After the new mall opened, most of the stores in the old mall went out of business. The whole building is going to be torn down next month. It's a dangerous, deserted place, and yet their uncle has a functioning electronic repair shop in it. So that tracks. Still, you'd really like to get the remote checked out before you return it to Professor Shock. Let's go, you say, and climb back on your bike. Again, not a choice. Goose is no longer on the record player. He has made his way south. Baby, where'd you go? He's somewhere. He'll appear someday. 39. What a silly fella. He's just running around. I've been, like, unpacking more than I have since I moved in, and, like, sorry, I thought I saw something, but it was just a thing on the screen. I've been unpacking, and so there's, like, a lot more running around space than there has been since we moved in, and I put down, like, a new carpet, not a carpet, like a rug, so the ground is different now, and he has, like, different traction, so he's just been zipping. It's really cute. Anyway, to the mall on the edge of town. You, Jason, and Stacy ride out to the old mall on the edge of town. As you draw near, you begin to wonder if this was such a good idea. The mall looks even worse than you remembered. Weeds sprout from cracks in the pavement. Several of the windows are boarded up. I'm picturing, like, Portal 2 vibes. Why is your uncle's store here, you ask the twins. I'm glad that RL knows what I have literally been asking this whole time, because, yeah. He's trying to sell it and retire, Jason tells you, but no one wants to buy it. I can't imagine why. So he's kind of stuck. Uncle Jack's store is on the 3rd level, Stacy calls over her shoulder. Let's cut through the garage. Sorry, the garage. My bad.
Congratulations on your
Dirigible,
good deed, Putt-Putt.
$50. Holy shit, thank you so much. For that, you get... It doesn't matter, actually. I'm going to put you in pink. Dirigible. That's so kind of you. Thank you. You're going on the wall, and you are on the decision list. Wow, I could not fit that all in one row, huh? Hard happy birthday banner energy here. There you go. Haha. Hi, Goose. Goose just appeared over there as if by magic. I'm going to buy so many teeth. Yeah, I had to do, like, they gave me, like, a medication, like, these medicated, like, these trays that you stick this, like, goo in. You have to put goo on all your teeth. And, guys, I don't know about you, but I have so many teeth. There are so many. And so it's just, like, dot, 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 dot of all this garbage. And then you put it in your mouth, and then you keep it in there for an hour, 2 times a day. And it hurts, and it tastes bad. And it cost $1,000. It was great. It was all such good. Such good. Anyway, let's cut through the garage. She veers down the driveway into the lower level of the parking garage. You and Jason follow. Privately, you wish she'd gone around the garage. Sometimes you wish Stacy wasn't so fearless. Like now, it's pitch dark in the garage, so dark that you have to climb off your bike. You can't ride if you can't see where you're going. Are Stacy and Jason still with you? Guys, you call? Here, Stacy calls. Her voice comes from your left. Over here. That's Jason on your right. Behind you, a deep voice says in your ear. Yikes, who's that? Shh, tiptoe to page 36. Okay, I will. Who's there, you stammer. Never mind that. Just give me the professor's remote control, the deep voice growls. The remote? How does Deep Voice know about... He really named them Deep Voice. Great. Know about Professor Shock's gadget. Did he follow you to the mall? Your mind races. You don't know. But you do know you can't give up the remote. If Deep Voice wants it so badly, it must be even more powerful than you thought. You've got to get it back to Professor Shock. Ah! You shout and shove your bike backward. Crash! Clang! Bang! Ow! Deep Voice bellows. Grab hands and run, you order the twins. It's a good way to clothesline someone. Holding hands, the three of you stumble forward. You can tell by his heavy footsteps that Deep Voice is close behind you. Then, dead ahead, doors suddenly swish open to reveal a small, lighted, wood-paneled room. An elevator! That's one way to, introduce the concept of an elevator, I suppose. Hold on, I'm gonna add some more names to the list so that I don't lose the order. Because, again, this thing is not keeping track of it the way I had hoped that they would. Okay, alright, writing it down. Hi, baby. Goose wants to help me write. He does not like when I write. Because the thing is, he reacts weirdly anytime I do something that he doesn't, find familiar. So sometimes he'll freak out if I start cleaning because I'm very bad at it. And it's like, okay, I get it. You don't have to rub it in. Or if I'm, writing something down, he's like, I gotta help with this. Slam! Very good at making me feel like I'm not doing enough normal things every day. Okay. Crash, clang, bang. Ow! Grab hands and run. We already got there. Elevator! There we go. No time to wonder how it knew you were coming. You dash in. The doors close. The elevator starts to rise. A moment later, an alarm bell rings. The lights go out, and the elevator lurches to a stop. Page 89. Ooh, we're about to hit a choice. We're stuck, Stacy cries. The elevator was a trap. Help! Jason yells. Stay calm, you say, even though you're starting to panic. You grope in the darkness and press the elevator buttons. Groping in the darkness? What are you, Jason? Nothing happens. Can we climb out? Stacy suggests. Too dangerous. Try the remote, Jason tells you. Hey, it might work. After all, the elevator is a machine. You pull the remote out of your pocket. You hold it in both hands. Yeah, you know what's actually a very good idea is to use the remote, which has in the past made it impossible to control machines. Attempt to control the elevator that you are in with it. That seems like not a way to die at all. Anyway, it's a pretty bad idea, but that's not the choice they're giving us. There is going to be a choice, though. So get ready. Dannyforth. Yeah, Dannyforth is next. So get ready, Dannyforth. You're on deck. You hold it in both hands. So many buttons. You can't tell which ones are which in the dark. Should you press the button under your right thumb or the one under your left? Creak! The elevator sways, then drops 3 feet. You all scream. Come on, Stacy urges. Choose a button now. You've got a 50-50 chance of getting it right. The odds are even. What about you? Are you even or odd? Hey, Dannyforth, count up the letters in your first name. If you have an odd number of letters, go to page 135. If you have an even number, turn to page 70. So what is it, Dannyforth, odd or even? This is a choice. It's essentially right or left, so you can decide. Right or left, Dannyforth. Our fate is in your hand. Odd. All right. Guess we're going to 135. Let's do it. And I'm going to mark the page with a sticky. Thank you very much. Yep, left it is. Let's go. All right, 135. Oh, very end of the book. You press a button with your right thumb. Nothing happens. For a moment, that is. Then a dim blue glow fills the elevator. As it touches you, you start to tingle all over. What's going on? Stacy cries. This feels so weird. I don't know, you admit nervously. The blue light suddenly winks out. The next thing you know, the elevator leaps into motion. Sideways. The sudden movement knocks you off your feet. The remote flies out of your hand. Whoa, you yell. The elevator is traveling so fast that you're plastered against the wall. You can't move. Where are we going? Stacy cries. Make it stop, Jason screams. Use the remote. I can't. I dropped it, you shout. Then suddenly as the elevator started, it stops. The doors slide open. Light pours in. We're in heaven now. Slowly, nervously, you and the twins step out of the elevator. The doors swish closed behind you. You're in a huge room. Steps lead down to a polished white floor. Oh my god, maybe we are in heaven. Staring around in wonder, you walk down them. Giant red numbers are painted all over the floor, which slopes gently downward. Thick blue and yellow pillars sprout up everywhere. Here and there you see what looks like archery targets outlined in neon light. Odd wedge-shaped swinging gates are also scattered around the room. Where are we? Jason whispers. It looks like a fun house, Stacy exclaims. You glance up. Hey, the ceiling is made of glass. Through it you can glimpse an even bigger room, so vast you can't take it all in. Then you spot something else. Something unbelievable. Something so terrifying you can't hold back a scream. Ah! Turn to page 23, okay. Ah! You scream. A mountain-sized man is peering through the ceiling at you. He has a long white beard. Every hair of it is like a thick rope. The wrinkles on his face are so deep that you could get lost forever if you fell into one of them. Thick, black-framed glasses make his tremendous eyes look even more huge. Wait a second, you recognize this giant. It's Professor Shock, Stacy shrieks. Oh, Jason murmurs and faints. Fair. Your heart races. What's going on? Where are you? And how on earth did Professor Shock get to be so big? The professor strokes his beard with his enormous hand. Then he reaches down. His hand disappears somewhere to the right of the glass-ceilinged room. Cling, gazerk, spring! You feel a chill. There's something horribly familiar about those clanging noises. I feel like this is what was going to happen if we had flipped the switch for the pinball machine, because it seems to me like that's what this is. And they had mentioned a pinball machine earlier, and I was like, surely if we flip that switch, we will wind up inside the pinball machine. So RL is just, repurposing that little setting, I guess. Didn't even flip the switch, and we wound up in there. Goo, 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 goo. That's what it says. I'm sorry.
Congratulations on your
Red
good
Knot
deed,
Grumblefish, you
Putt-Putt.
donated $20. Thank you so much. You are the tippy top, and you're going on the wall. Let me write your name down on a sticky. Red Knot Grumble. I can do this. Fish. This is so much more stressful than when I type out people's names in Roller Coaster Tycoon. Here we go. The floor suddenly starts to shake. A giant silver ball shoots from a tube on your right. It slams into the back wall, bounces off, and hurtles down the sloping floor, right toward you. Look out, Stacy yells. Yipe, you squeak, and dive to the side. Just in time. The enormous silver ball rumbles past you and smashes into one of the targets. Ding, ding, ding. Bells ring. The target flashes. That's when it all falls into place. You know where you are, and you realize it's not Professor Shock who changed size. It's you. Maybe it was the remote. Maybe it was the blue light in the elevator. But something has made you shrink to the size of a marble, and something has dumped you where you are now, inside Professor Shock's pinball machine. You gaze around frantically for the silver ball. To your relief, it appears to be losing speed. Then the entire floor heaves up to the left. You lose your balance and tumble to the floor. The silver ball zooms at you. No fair! Professor Shock is tilting, and you're finished. Thanks, Danny Forth. The odd numbers in your name killed us in a pinball machine. The most gruesome way to die. But that's all right. Let's see what would have happened if you'd had an even number in your name. It's all good. I forgive you for this death that we have suffered. It's far more exciting than the last death we had, which was just changing channels until we died, I suppose. Labor. It'll be the death of us all. Okay. The Maw Squad is actually very good, Nurse Innocent. I'm gonna keep that. The Maw Squad. I love that. So, you press your left thumb down on one of the remote buttons. The lights in the elevator blink on. You hear a faint whirring sound. Slowly, the elevator begins to drop. But we want to go up, Stacy complains. Who cares? Jason cries. I just want out of here. The elevator bumps to a stop. Something makes you tuck the remote into your pocket just before the doors slide open. You're back in the garage. Someone dressed all in black is standing in front of the elevator. Someone huge. This guy makes Shaquille O'Neal look like a slur. He fucking said a slur in here. I know it was the 90s, but holy shit. Anyway, the gist of it is this guy makes Shaquille O'Neal look very, very small. Like, holy crap. Good lord. Anyway, he's a large man. A hat pulled down low hides his face, but you know it must be the person who chased you before. Deep voice. He reaches toward you. His black-gloved hand looks big enough to palm a beach ball. Give it to me, he growls. Deep voice looms over you, his hand outstretched. You gulp. Any chance you can bluff your way out of this? Give what to you, you ask, trying to sound innocent. Darth Credible Hulk, I hope you're still here because you are on deck. The remote control, dimwit, Jason cries. Jason, you groan. I don't have time to explain, Deep Voice says. Trust me, you must give me Professor Shock's remote. Maybe we should trust him, Stacy whispers. You aren't sure. Maybe we better to try to run. Hurry, there is no time to lose, Deep Voice insists. If you give Deep Voice the remote, turn to page 119. If you'd rather try to run, go to page 124. What's it going to be, Darth? I'm bookmarking the page in case we die. Yeah, it just feels weirdly harsh in a children's book, even if it's not a slur. Like, is he just like, oh, it's a funny word? Like, it just feels weird and harsh. Because, again, it's the 90s. Not everybody knew what every slur was. We didn't have the internet, and people were stupider. But it just doesn't feel right for a children's book. It's not tonally correct. Come on. All right. Darth, are you here? Darth, are you here? Darth, Darth. Guys, did Darth leave? I know that they are in a different time zone than we are. Goose. Oh, there you are. Hi, Darth. Do we give him the remote or do we run away? Whoa, hi, baby. Hold on. You want to run? Let's run. That's what Goose wanted to do just now. Okay, page 124. Let's go. The song of the city is playing very loud. We're gonna run for our lives. Thanks, Darth. Thinking fast, you reach into your pocket. Smart choice, kid, Deep Voice tells you. I know, you answer, and hurl a handful of crunched up cookie crumbs at his face. Remember, you took the cookies with you when you left your house? Thanks, RL. In scout camp, they taught you it's always a good idea to carry a snack. Yep, he pocket-sanded him. Thank you, Faith. Good thing you were paying attention that day. Ah! I can't see! Deep Voice bellows. He stumbles backward, rubbing his eyes. Run! You shout to Jason and Stacy. The three of you pelt through the garage. Enough light shines from the elevator to show you a staircase ahead. You don't hesitate. You take off up the stairs. Speed on to page 127. Chekhov's cookies. You and the twins race up to the third level of the mall. You glance over your shoulder. Whew! No sign of Deep Voice. You push through the fire door at the top and stop to rest. Who was that guy? Stacy pants. Somebody bad, Jason retorts. It's not really a retort. You can just say. You can say the verb say. It doesn't have to be pants, retorts, screams, like bellows, everything. It's just say. Anyway, you stare down at the remote in your hand. Whoever Deep Voice was, he was desperate to get this gadget from you. The songs of the city are still happening out there. I was picturing them as Chips Ahoy, which is fucking filthy. Just melted chocolate chips in your pocket. But, like, anything would be gross. Children are gross, though, so it's accurate. Why, you wonder? All it does is turn things on and off. We have
Congratulations on your good deed, Putt-Putt.
Overlord Sailor says, today is my birthday. I had to spend it alone due to the Rona. I'm so sorry. I feel very old and drunk right now, but I got to have all my teeth for 44 years, and the one thing I want for my birthday is for Bailey to be okay. It's not much, but it's what I give. Overlord Sailor, thank you so much. You get to be on the wall again. I'll do a different color this time. Mix it up. You were pink last time. Let's be purple. Those two go together. And you get a second decision on the decision tree. Wow, my handwriting blew on that one. Holy shit. There we go. Okay, and let me make sure I've got a decent amount of room on my list here. Okay. Kelvage, who said that they were going to possibly not be here for their choice, but I'm going to write them down anyway on the off chance they are. Overlord. I just don't want anyone to miss their choice opportunity. Choice opportunity. Dirigible, and that should do us for a while. Okay. I wish Streamlabs was a little better at like, they should let me have as many listed as I want, but they'll only do a max of 10. But also, happy birthday, Overlord Sailor. Thank you for spending it with us. I'm sorry that the Rona fucked it up for you, but I know that this feels like a party to me. I've got all these stickies on the walls. What's a party if not a bunch of people's names written on teeth and stuck to a wall? Okay. Or is there something else you haven't found out? The twins lead you through the empty, echoing mall to a small store labeled Jack's Electronics Repairs and Sales. It's the only store you've seen so far that isn't boarded up. This is Uncle Jack's store, Stacy announces. You walk in. The store is filled with televisions, VCRs, radios, telephones, amplifiers, and dozens of other machines, but there's no one behind the counter. The silence is eerie. Uncle Jack, Jason calls. He ducks under the counter and vanishes into the back room. A moment later, you hear a yell. Oh my god, is he dead? The yell sounded like Jason. You and Stacy dash after him into the back room. He's struggling in the grip of a tall, red-haired man with a beard. You stare. This guy is almost as big as Deep Voice. Everyone's big. You're 10. Leave my brother alone, Stacy yells. What have you done with Uncle Jack? Jason cries at the same time. The red-haired man lets Jason go. Sorry, kid, he says. I thought you were trying to steal something. Jack's your uncle, huh? My name's Red. I don't even know what this fucking accent is, you guys. Here, he's gonna be French. I've decided he's French. I bought this shop from him. Fucking, yeah, there it is. Jason scowls. Why didn't Uncle Jack tell us about you? Red shrugs. Maybe he forgot. You're in a hurry to leave this creepy mall before Deep Voice catches up to you. Come on, you say to your friends. Wait, Red cries. I didn't mean to upset you kids. Tell you what, let me see your remote. I'll fix it for free. You stare at him. You never mentioned the remote to him. How does he know you have it? Oh no, is he after Professor Shock's gadget too? Yeah, probably. The deductive reasoning is very strong here. Oh, there's another choice coming up. Sarah the G, get ready. You are on deck. You think you'd better not take any chances. Run! Again! You scream at Stacy and Jason. The three of you tear out of the back room. Red pounds after you.
Congratulations on your good deed, Putt-Putt.
Anonymous has donated $20. I don't want to make decisions, but I do want to support the Teeth Fund and say thank you for the stream. Anonymous, thank you so much. You're the tippy top. I'm going to write Anonymous on a sticky and put you on the wall. I don't know. I picked yellow up. I'm so sorry. I thought it would be good. It says Anon. There we go. Thank you so much. You guys are so nice. Just the amount raised so far already takes such a dent out of the DENTATHON goal. And I'm like beside myself. I wasn't even sure people would come and watch, and there are so many of you, and I'm just so grateful you're all here. Anyway, I'm going to stop being super boring and grateful and keep reading the book. But know that I feel super boring and grateful 100% of the time. Let's see. You think you better not take any chances. Run again, you scream at Stacy and Jason. The three of you tear out of the back room. Red pounds after you. Not so fast, he yells. I want that remote. He is after the remote. Way to go, bud. Is he working with deep voice, you wonder? But there's no time to think about it now. You race to the front of the shop and grab the doorknob. Zap! A fat blue spark leaps out from the metal. Ow, you yell. The doorknob is electrified. You face red. Let us out, you demand. First, give me the remote, he replies. Why, you cry. What will you do with it? And what did you do with Uncle Jack? Jason adds. How come, hey, this is my question. This is my thinking, my wondering. Sarah the G, I'm sorry, I know you're waiting to make a choice, but how did the decision to take the remote to Uncle Jack's electronics shop in the abandoned mall on the opposite side of town is so fucking wild that, like, how did not one but two different baddies know to be there? And not just that, to catch them in the garage, a nonsense place for them to go considering they're on bicycles, and two, get to this, like, what did they do with Uncle Jack? How did they have time for this? There's so much logistical issues here, and I love it. Let's keep going. Enough questions, Red snarls. He paces slowly toward you. You gulp. He's huge. He's mean. He looks strong. There's a back way out, Jason whispers in your ear. Use the remote, Stacy suggests softly in your other ear. But it's up to you. But choose quickly. If you try to escape out the back, turn to page 71. If you try to use the remote somehow, go to page 134. Sarah the G, this is a very exciting decision. What are we going to do? Escape out the back or use the remote? Both of these seem like they could work. And also, both of these seem like they could wind up with us dying. Use the remote, of course. Sarah the G, I like the way you think. 134. All right. Keeping my finger on the page in case we insta-die. Doesn't look like an insta-death. We're good. Maybe you can turn on all the appliances in the store and distract Red. You pull... That's not how I thought I would use the remote, but okay. You pull the remote out of your pocket. Bad move. I'll take that, Red says, moving unbelievably quickly. No! The teeth! Guys, the teeth all fell. It's symbolic. Ow. God, that dog remains upset. Hold on, I must fix the teeth. And then there's one more. Okay. Stay. We're doing great. A rain of teeth. Goose, come here. Hold on. Goose interlude. I want to check in on him. Hi, Coach. Goose, 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 goose. Goose, 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 goose. It's goose check time. Anyway, goose check. Goose says hello, and thank you to everyone for watching. Hello, everybody. He was just sitting right here, and then as soon as I got up, he was like, absolutely not. And it's like, man, but I've committed to this decision. He's so good. He's a good boy. He's the true star of the Dentathon, it's true. He's gonna be a big brother in just a few days. We're very excited. Yep. There you go, baby. Thanks for hanging out and for your support. Okay. Anyway, we're about to turn on all the appliances. I should put my headphones back on so I can hear when people do stuff. He is white like tooth, it's true.
Congratulations on your good
Oh
deed,
my god,
Putt-Putt.
War! Can't make the stream just yet, but I hope to join later. Hope this helps buy more teeth. War, $500 definitely helps. Yeah, War! Hold on, this is, okay. All right, we gotta do something special. That's a lot. That's so much money, War. Thank you so much. All right. Oh, that's smudged. Oh my god. Okay, I'm gonna cry. Fucking. I'm like, my brain is now like working on that one, so give me a sec, guys.
Congratulations on your good deed, Putt-Putt.
Frank Scenario, are you serious? You guys, I thought I was gonna have to go all day before I hit 1,000. We can just read a book like normal. You guys, Frank, I can't do that with your name. It's so much longer than Wars is, but I am gonna write it down really big. Damn it! Come on, Teeth. Sorry for the screeching. Here, Frank, you'll get 2 post-it notes. Damn it. Oh, this is nightmare. Okay. All right. Okay. Oh my god. Ah! I hate these stinkies so much. Why did I do this to myself? Ah! I lost one and it's gone. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, it's raining teeth. Baby, do you see the tooth? Oh, there it is. The W. Wars W. Ah! These are very bad teeth. I should have just gotten regular Post-its. No, do not eat any teeth. Goose is trying to eat the teeth. Oh my god. Stay on the wall. You guys, I'm like, thank you so much. This is so fucking nice. Thank you. I can't believe we made it over the goal so quickly. I wasn't even sure people were gonna come watch. You guys are so wonderful. I'm gonna cry. I'm not gonna cry. I'm gonna keep it together and we're gonna read about the stupid remote control. Anyway, we're gonna turn all the things on. Except no, we aren't, because moving unbelievably quickly, he lunges at you. The remote flies out of your hand and skids under the counter. You and the twins leap toward the counter. Red is faster. He dives under the counter. A moment later, they said the word counter so many times it's like lost all meaning. A moment later, he bobs to his feet. The remote is clutched in his hand. Merci, children, and goodbye. Sorry, and au revoir, Red calls.
I'm in there like swimwear.
Old Wolf of Pharaon, thank you for subscribing. Tier 1, welcome to the community. Enjoy your brand new emotes. This community is so lovely. I love you guys. Merci, children, and au revoir. Did more teeth fall? I think I just heard more teeth fall. I can't fucking... I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna focus on reading the book and not let the teeth falling distract me. A trapdoor opens. You and the twins hurtle into the darkness below. Screaming, you and the twins plunge downward. Thump! You land on something soft. You sit up and feel your arms and legs. Nothing broken. That's a relief. Faint light stream... What if you did just break something and then RL had to find a way to consistently have you have a broken arm through the rest of this? That'd be fun. Anyway, I just think he should push himself. Faint light streams in from a window high above your head. You see that you've landed on a big couch. All around you are other couches and chairs and beds. All are covered with dust. Oh, someone groans. It's Stacy. She landed in one of the armchairs. My ankle hurts, she complains, rubbing it. Across from you, Jason sits up in the middle of a king-sized bed. Where are we? He asks in a dazed voice. Sorry, where are we? I think we're in the storage basement for one of the mall furniture stores, you say slowly. Sorry, just kidding. You scramble to your feet and make your way to the door at one end of the basement. Locked, of course. You pound on it. Help, you call. Let us out of here. But no one answers. The window is too high to reach. Looks as if you'll have to wait until someone comes down here. Someone will find us soon, you think. They have to move the furniture before they tear down the mall. You'll be all right. Then you hear a hideous moan. See who or what is moaning on page 41. Did you hear that? Sorry, I forgot to do the accent. Did you hear that? That's not even remotely it, is it? Did you hear that? There we go. Got it in one. The moan swells again, louder. There's someone else here, Stacy cries. Who? Where? You glance around the shadowy basement. It came from...
Congratulations on your
Blue
good deed,
Mayhem, you
Putt-Putt.
donated $10. Thank you so much. You're going on the wall, and I don't know how long it'll stay there, but I'll do my best. Blue Mayhem. I have, like, marker all over my fingers. It's, like, preschool. Oh, yeah, the W from War fell, and a bunch of other ones did too. I don't know. I don't know where they went. The thing is, I would like to pick them up and put them back on the wall, but they have fully fucking vanished. They're missing. This one I saw, though. This one I saw fall. Okay. Alright. Should've just glued it, yeah. Okay. Then you spot two legs sticking out from under a bed. You and the twins stare at one another. Who's under there? Nervously, you bend down and tug on the legs. A man slides out from under the bed. Acrasiatic. Thank you for the follow. Everybody say hello to our new friend, and to Gregory. Sampa Samping Yoshi, who stomp upon our choices and our hearts. You and the twins stare at one another. Who's under there? Nervously, you bend down and... Okay. That one wants to stay down. And tug on the legs. A man slides out from under the bed. His hands are bound behind him. A gag is tied tightly over his mouth. Stacy gasps. Uncle Jack, she cries. To be fair, Uncle Jack should not have built that trap door in his store that leads all the way down to the storage room for the furniture store. Quickly, the twins rip the gag off Uncle Jack's mouth. Man, come on. Quickly, the twins rip the gag off Uncle Jack's mouth. I'm trying to decide how he says these words now. He's an Uncle Jack, tragically, so he can't do the old man voice. Stacy, Jason, he cries. Yep, there we go. How'd you get here? Nope, I don't have that one, but we're gonna go for it anyway, I suppose. It's a long story, Stacy replies. As she and Jason untie him, she tells Uncle Jack about finding Red in his store. He told us he bought the store, Jason adds. He's lying, Uncle Jack declares. I don't know what this voice is that I'm doing. I was like, hey, spaghetti. But, like, now it's like I can do that, but I can't do any actual sentences that make sense. Well, Blue Mayhem, you're going to catch the VOD. Congrats and thank you. Thank you so much, Blue Mayhem. I really appreciate your donation and just stopping by and saying hello. He came into the store last night asking questions about my friend Professor Shock, but I knew better than to trust him. When I tried to call the police, he tied me up and locked me in here. I've got to get out. I have to stop him before he gets his hands on Shock's new invention, the Universal Remote. I've watched enough Nanny that I can kind of fake it through, but at this point, I don't know. You wish he hadn't said that. Well, he might already have it, you admit. You explain about the remote you took from the professor's workshop and how Red grabbed it from you. I didn't know it was an important invention, you finish. Oh no, Uncle Jack cries. This is a disaster! What's the big deal? Jason asks. It does neat tricks, but it's still only a remote control. It's much more than that. It's much more than that. There we go. In the wrong hands, it's a deadly weapon. And Red's hands are the wrong hands, believe me. You see, Red is a cyborg. A French cyborg. So if we had just tried to remote control him, probably would have been the smarter thing to do. Anyway, you stare at Uncle Jack. Maybe being tied up has made him a little funny in the head. Red is a cyborg, you repeat? But he's French. Yeah, right. But Uncle Jack nods sullenly. He's half human, half machine. Professor Shock invented the technology to make cyborgs years ago. I helped. I built Red's circuits. And now he's the leader of a band of rebel cyborgs. Oh my god, he's so much cooler than I thought he was. Uncle Jack is starting to scare you. He sounds completely serious. Could he be telling the truth? Stacy and Jason appear to be convinced, and they know Uncle Jack better than you do. What do the cyborgs want? Stacy stammers. Power. Uncle Jack replies, cyborgs are bigger, stronger, and faster than natural humans. They think that makes them better than us. Red told me about their plan. He stares at each of you in turn. Leaning forward, he whispers, they want to make us their slaves. Okay. Your heart is beating double time. You're convinced. If Uncle Jack says a bunch of cyborgs want to make you their slave, you believe him. Jason is pale, but his scientific mind is at work. Where does the universal remote fit in, he asks. Professor Shock was afraid the cyborgs might turn against us. Can't imagine why he would think that. So we built the universal remote to control them, Uncle Jack explains. Now that they have it, we have no control. But it's worse than that. Worse? You shudder. What could be worse than a bunch of 8-foot super strongman machines running wild? You see, the remote can control all the machines, Uncle Jack goes on. The cyborgs can use it to turn appliances against us. Imagine being attacked by your own TV. Oh no, you exclaim. You remember Jason's model plane dive bombing you. We have to get the remote back. Right, Uncle Jack agrees. But first, we must break out of this basement. You gaze around. You could try to reach the window, which looks awfully small and high up. Or you could try to break down the door, which looks awfully thick. So who's up next? Wistor, are you still with us? Because you are next for the decision. Do we try to wriggle through the window on page 75, or do we try to break down the door on page 6? Yeah, it is. Nurse Innocent, you're right. The robot at the beginning was foreshadowing. Like, I thought that was going to be the whole thing, but it was actually not, which is cool. Break the door. Force always fantastic. Let's work on the door, you say to the twins. You glance around. Nothing in the basement but furniture. Well, your teachers always tell you to be creative. You and Jason pick up a wooden coffee table. Holding it between you, you take off running and slam it against the door like a battering ram. Wham! The door doesn't budge, but the coffee table shatters. No. You grab a lamp and beat it against the door, because if there's one thing thicker than a coffee table, it's a lamp. Stacy joins you, bashing away with a metal statue. Wham! Wham! Beating on the door is a great way to let off steam, but unfortunately it does not make the door open. You're almost ready to give up. Then you hear a voice outside. Stop that racket! I'm coming! At last, someone heard you. I can't do the voice because I don't know who they are. Now you can get out and try to stop the cyborgs. There's a click as the lock pops. The door swings open. Your eyes widen. Look, who's standing outside? Okay, I don't know. Who is it? What's all the fuss? A metallic voice grumbles. It's Professor Shock's robot! Oh my god! And it can talk! Professor Shock is the most brilliant inventor ever, you think. Uncle Jack pushes past you. Where's Professor Shock? He demands. We need to see him right away. We must join forces. No need, the robot answers. The battle is already over. The battle, you gasp? What battle? The robot turns its red eyes on you. The battle between the humans and the cyborgs, it answers. We won. We won, Stacy cries, clapping her hands like a fucking idiot. It says that in the book, actually. Did you hear? We won. That's great news. You're not so sure. By the way, which side are you on? You ask the robot, trying to sound casual. The side of the machines, of course, the robot replies. Our age is just beginning. Now, follow me, slaves. The machine age may just be beginning, but for you humans, this is definitely the end. Damn it, Wistor, you killed us. But that's okay. Nobody's perfect. Let's try to wriggle through the window and see if we can make it out alive. We've got to find a way to get through the window, you say. We could pile some of the furniture up and use it like a ladder, Jason points out. He's really pretty smart. I forgot to do his accent, but he is really pretty smart. Uncle Jack helps you and the twin... I can't read it all right now. Hold on. I got this. Uncle Jack helps you and the twins shove a table underneath the window. You stack an armchair on top of it. Then you balance a stool on top of that. The pile looks very shaky, but it reaches almost to the bottom of the window. I'm too big to fit through the window, Uncle Jack tells you. You kids will have to go through and then come back and unlock the door for me. You climb up onto the table, then the chair, then the stool. The whole pile wobbles. You feel like a circus acrobat. Very carefully, you slide the small window up. Luckily for you, it isn't painted shut. Grasping the windowsill, you pull yourself through, into a row of garbage cans at the back of the employee parking lot. It stinks. Yuck. But you made it. Then a cold hand grips your shoulder. Where do you think you're going? A voice demands. Wait, who is it? Damn it. Oh, it's sorry. Where do you think you're going? A voice demands. You glance up fearfully. The person clutching your shoulder is Professor Shock. I've been looking for you, he says. Stacy crawls through the window. Jason is right behind her. Professor, Stacy exclaims, what are you doing here? Were you following us? Jason demands suspiciously. Of course I was, Professor Shock snaps. I had to get my remote back. Luckily, you kids pushed the red button. That's a homing device. Still, my robot and I have been chasing you all afternoon. Oh yeah, he did push the red button and then nothing happened. That would explain how everyone's been able to find us. Oh my god, this is actually much smarter than I was giving it credit for. Sorry, RL, sorry. Or whoever RL's ghostwriter is on this one. Because nobody has slapped any high fives yet, and I assume that means this is a ghostwriter. Plus, again, that slur earlier was way harsher than RL would typically ever use, and I just don't think this is an RL book. That's my theory. Because he said in interviews before that he writes all the main Goosebumps himself, but some of the Give Yourself Goosebumps are ghostwriters, which makes sense to me because this is a lot more labor-intensive. Fucking come on. This is a lot more labor-intensive and, whatever. But, as a result, I feel like the Slap a High Five books are the ones that are, like, giving us a little helpful hint that, hey, this is an RL. This is an RL one. I just don't want these to fall. I value everyone so much, and I don't want these to not be on the wall anymore. Okay. All right. Thank you, Sarah the G. We're all slapping high fives over here. Let's see. Homing device. My robot tells me you threw crumbs in his eyes. Sorry, that's Grandpa. That's Uncle Jack. Sorry. My robot tells me you threw crumbs in his eyes. This is gonna be such hell in my voice. I'm realizing it's fine. It's worth it. It's all good. I'm like, why am I picking all the harshest, worst accents? What's wrong with me? You start to blush. I'm sorry I caused all this trouble, you mumble. God damn it. Okay, I'm not gonna stop for the falling teeth. I can't. We have to keep going or we're never gonna finish this book. Well, there's no serious harm done yet, Professor Shock replies. Just give it back. I can't, you admit. The cyborgs took it. Oh no! Professor Shock exclaims. That's the worst thing that could possibly happen! Then his gaze focuses over your shoulder. He gasps. I take that back, he murmurs. This is worse. 87. You spin around, following Professor Shock's gaze. The employee parking lot is full of wrecking equipment, bulldozers, steamrollers, cranes, wrecking balls. That makes sense. They did say that this mall was getting destroyed in like a month. That makes so much sense. Damn, this is a smart book. I don't want to say, so probably RL definitely didn't, but there's a lot of like foreshadowing and stuff that's like set up that has payoff later that makes me suspect it's not actually him who did it. Standing in the middle of all these machines is a familiar 8-foot-tall figure. Red. His fingers fly over the remote. Clank! Clank! The wrecking machines roar into sudden life. 2 huge steamrollers position themselves side by side. Feet! Professor Shock mutters. You, Stacy, and Jason exchange worried glances. Feet? A big crane lifts up 2 bulldozers and sets them on top of the steamrollers. The bulldozers' shovels wave in the air. Hands? Professor Shock says, nodding. They're building a Voltron! They're building a Voltron! It is me, Rocky. You just donated $20. Thank you so much. You are the tippy top. You are going on the wall. For how long you'll be up there, I don't know. That's at the whims of the tooth stickies. But you're certainly in the decision queue, and you're at least going to be on the wall for a little. You feel like a big dummy, but how do you donate? No need to feel like a dummy. I haven't posted the DENTATHON info in a while. There we go. Yeah. Tinkle-linkle-link. Okay. Glass, that's an onomatopoeia for sure. Glass shatters overhead. Glancing up, you spot two big-screen TVs sailing through the air. Eyes, Professor Shock says grimly. Eyes, you echo. You're almost afraid to ask. Feet? Hands? What are you talking about, Professor? Professor Shock points at the pile of machinery. Can't you see? He asks. Red is using my remote to build a monster robot. Oh no. Do you really want to turn to page 120? I will say it's probably a lot easier to just have all the machines attack them at once rather than attempting to Voltron them. But I'm not a cyborg, so maybe I don't know. Cyborgs probably know better than I do for sure. In the center of the parking lot, the monster robot's TV screen eyes blink on. And let's see. Retail. What's your full name? I only wrote down the beginning part of it because I was in a hurry and wanted to write everyone down very quickly. Retail Sisypus, you are up next if you're still in here. Just let me know. We're about to have a choice. It's ready to crush you. What happens now? Stacy gasps. Professor Shock, tell us what to do, you cry. Help us, Jason begs, grabbing the old man's arm. Stop that, Professor Shock snaps. I'm trying to think. Closing his eyes, he begins to mumble to himself, and then he starts to snore. You can't believe it. You feel like screaming. What a time for the professor to take a nap. Jason tugs your sleeve. The professor's too old for this. Let's go get Uncle Jack, he whispers. He'll know what to do. You hesitate. You have to admit it's a bad sign that Professor Shock fell asleep. But still, you believe he's a genius. Maybe this is the way he gets all his ideas. Maybe you should wait for him to wake up. So, Retail Sisypus, if you are still here, then this is your choice. And if not, because I do believe you did say you had to leave early, Matt Pierce is the one making this decision. So, Matt Pierce, get ready. If you want to wait for Professor Shock to wake up, turn to page 84. If you'd rather get Uncle Jack, do it on page 10. So, what are we thinking? I think let's go Matt Pierce and Retail Sisypus. If you are still here, say so and you'll get the next choice, okay? Matt Pierce, you're up. You only donated $1. Oh, I'm sorry. I wrote it down. I'm sorry. Well, then, over there 4 is next. Thank you for your honesty, Matt Pierce. I was just writing names down, and I guess I wasn't looking at the thingy. So, over there 4, are you still here? If you're not, we can keep going, but I hope you are. You're here! Yes, hi! Do you want to wait for Professor Shock to wake up, or do you want to get Uncle Jack? No big deal. Professor Shock fell asleep while we were fighting a Voltron. Uncle Jack it is. I think that's a good call. I don't know. I don't know what the right answer is on this one. Sometimes one of them very obviously is going to kill you, but this one I'm like, I actually have no idea. Let's get Uncle Jack. Okay, let's go get Uncle Jack, you tell Stacy and Jason. I guess we'll just leave Professor Shock here for now. You run back into the mall and pelt down the stairs to the storage basement. The door is held closed by a thick padlock, but strangely, it's not locked. Jason pulls off the padlock and Uncle Jack steps out. Red built a monster robot, you blurt, and Professor Shock is taking a nap in the middle of the parking lot. You don't say, Uncle Jack remarks. You stare at him. How can he sound so calm? Doesn't he understand what's happening? Uncle Jack smiles at Jason. So, you managed to give the professor the nerve pinch and put him to sleep? Excellent. Our plan is working perfectly, he tells them. You feel a sudden chill. What plan? You ask slowly. Stacy puts a hand on your shoulder. Remember how Uncle Jack told you he built red circuits? She asks you. You don't like the way she's looking at you. So what? You say, and shrug her hand away. Jason puts a hand on your other shoulder. Well, that wasn't quite true, he tells you. Actually, it's the other way around. Uncle Red's the one who built Uncle Jack. Uncle Red? Stacy smiles. And then Uncle Jack built Jason and me. So basically they have two robot dads, and that's what he's dancing around here. You're suddenly having trouble breathing. You mean... Yes, Jason nods. We're cyborgs. We used you... Sorry, I didn't know who was speaking. We used you to steal the remote from Professor Shock. We knew he'd come after it, Uncle Jack explains. We had to get him somewhere away from all of his gadgets. We could neutralize him. You see, he's the only person who could have stopped us. Your legs start to shake. You need to sit down. You mean all this time I've been hanging out with cyborgs, you squeak?
Congratulations on your good deed, Putt-Putt.
Coach, thank you for the $15 donation. You are the tippy top. I will write your name down in just a second. Right, Jason says. As a reward, we're willing to make you one of us. Isn't that great? You, a cyborg, a mutant machine monster? If you can't beat them, join them. After all, they won in the end. Aw, we died. So I guess let's wait for Professor Shock to wake up. But first, I am going to write down Coach, so that Coach is on our wall. Coach. There we go. Excellent. Got a good wall here. Most of the stickies are still up. That's not the end of the book. That's just one of the many endings of the book, because you see it's a Give Yourself Goosebumps book. Guys, I have been going for almost 2 hours now, so I am going to take a quick bathroom/hydration break. But I will be back very, very soon. Stay right there, and we'll see what happens when Professor Shock wakes up, and if possibly all our friends are cyborgs in every timeline or in just this one. BRB! Hello! Hello, I'm back. Dandy Hannibal. When I left, you snuck in a $10 donation. So I wrote your name on a sticky. It's going on the wall. You're in the decision queue. It's very exciting. Okay. Let's keep going. So, for those of you who maybe just arrived, our final hope, Professor Shock, has fallen asleep while attempting to come up with a way to defeat a Voltron made out of construction equipment, obviously. So, let's wait for him to wake up on page 84, since going to find Uncle Jack resulted in all of our friends being cyborgs secretly this whole time. Okay. You decide to give Professor Shock 5 minutes to nap. 5 minutes is a really long time when a Voltron is being made out of wrecking balls, but okay. But then the monster robot stirs into life. Vroom, vroom. Its engines roar. It starts rolling toward you on its huge steamroller feet. Yikes, Jason shrieks. We're doomed. You shake Professor Shock's arm. Wake up, you yell. Tell us what to do. Time is running out. The old man's eyes pop open. What's that? You point a trembling finger at the monster robot. Oh, that. Professor Shock frowns. All right, here's the plan. You kids run to the fire substation in the mall. Turn on the water and bring the fire hose back here. Water? A fire hose? Does he really think that's going to help against this giant metal menace? But it's the only plan you have. So you, Stacy, and Jason take off. Hurry, look for a hose on page 21. Can do. You and the twins dash through the mall, past the abandoned kiddie carnival. You find the emergency fire station at the far end of the first level, but the hose is locked behind glass. Stand back, Stacy shouts, grabbing a loose tile from the floor. She heaves it at the glass. It shattered. Christ, Stacy! That's more intense than was necessary, probably, but I love it. Yeah, unlearn. Our friends are no longer cyborgs, Emanarak. You can't expect reality to stay the same from thread to thread. That just does not happen in these books. You seize the canvas fire hose and race back the way you came. Turn on the water, you shout over your shoulder. You reach the parking lot just in time. The monster robot is after Professor Shock. It rolls after him, whacking at him with its giant bulldozer shovel hands. Behind it, Red works the buttons on the remote control, laughing like a maniac. The professor staggers around the parking lot, trying desperately to stay clear of the deadly shovels. He looks exhausted. You know he can't keep running much longer. Jason and Stacy come up behind you. Oh no, poor Professor, Stacy gasps. Hurry, Professor Shock pants. Turn the hose on the robot. Try to short-circuit it. That's an old man panting. You're welcome. The hose is too hard to hold alone. Jason and Stacy grab on with you. The three of you aim the water at the giant machine. Will the professor's plan work? Who knows? Turn to page 129. The spray of water hits the robot squarely in its TV screen eyes. Zit! The giant screens explode. Bits of glass rain down on the pavement. Oh, right. You, Jason, and Stacy cheer like idiots. See, if RL had written this book, they would have slapped high fives. They wouldn't have cheered like idiots. What? Who wrote this? These are some harsh words. This is not a children's book. But I trust Stacy with my life now, and that's what's the most important thing. But you forgot about Red. Water won't stop him, and you've just made him very, very angry. You kids are really starting to bug me, the French cyborg bellows. Time to deal with you once and for all. He jabs another button on the remote control, and the monster robot turns toward you. Help, Jason shrieks. No, Stacy cries. Spray, you yell at the top of your lungs. You aim the water at the robot's legs, its arms. You soak every part of its metal body. But bulldozers and steamrollers aren't like TVs. They're built to work in the rain. The monster robot keeps coming. One huge bulldozer shovel looms over your head. The other is poised over Stacy and Jason. You know you're doomed. Crush them, Red cries. And then what? Turn to page 113 to find out. And then the monster robot freezes. Its shovel hands are only inches from your head. What? Red yells. Quoi? He holds up the remote and punches buttons furiously. Nothing happens. You start to breathe again. Cautiously, you put the hose down and step out from under the shadow of the shovel. Red is still jabbing at the remote. Ah! I don't believe it! The cyborg screams. He hurls the remote control down on the pavement. It smashes into 100 pieces. Red sinks to his knees in the middle of the parking lot. All my plans, my dreams, he wails. Ruined! I don't believe it, you say. The cyborg is crying like a baby. He's crying. Professor Shock puts a hand on your shoulder. Well done, he tells you. We're saved. You turn to Professor Shock in, well, shock. What happened, you demand? Was it the water, Jason asks? Did we short out the robot after all? No, I don't think so, Professor Shock strokes his beard thoughtfully. It was the remote. It stopped working. But why? How? Stacy asks. The batteries must have run out, Professor Shock answers. The batteries? You sputter. You just escaped being crushed by a bulldozer, and the human race just escaped becoming slaves to a cyborg because the batteries ran out? Professor Shock shrugs. That's right. Then he smiles. What's so funny, you want to know? Professor Shock's smile grows wider. I was just thinking. Good thing I didn't use supergeysers. Supergeysers? I think they're trying to do a play on energizers, but as a result, I stumbled over the final word in this entire thread. Anyway, the end. Let's go back to see what choices we have left to make. So that our decision queue can get their decisions made. But we did manage to survive and thwart a robot uprising. Pretty solid. Okay. Let's go back to trying to... If we try to escape out the back from Red, instead of pulling out the remote to use it and getting it immediately taken from us. You decide to go for the shop's back door. Maybe you can outfox Red. Split up, you whisper to the twins. You duck to the left. Jason lunges to the right, and Stacy dives straight at Red's knees. Stacy's bold as shit. I love her. I would trust that kid with my life. Hey, the huge man yells. He looks surprised and furious. Whoa, he cries and topples over backward. Crash. The floor shakes when his body hits it. Nice move, Stacy, you cheer. The three of you race toward the back door, tear down the hall, and clatter downstairs to the mall's first level. You hurry past the old kiddie carnival. Your mom used to leave you there to ride the bumper cars while she went shopping. The 90s are wild. Now the little cars are covered with dust. The poles that connect each car to the power grid have been removed. Too bad, you think. You used to love those bumper cars. Stacy suddenly cries out. You stop and turn around. She's limping and clutching her ankle. I twisted it, she explains. I can't walk. Okay, all right, hold on. Because if we pull the remote out, Red steals it from us and activates a trapdoor, and we fall into the furniture store, and then Stacy complains about her ankle. But that hasn't happened because we dove through, and Stacy still managed to hurt her ankle. But it never came up on the last thread. Why does she consistently have to hurt her ankle every time? Stacy, have you considered stretching before you run? Or maybe eating some more potassium? Anyway, she's got some weak ankles. Anyway, she's limping, she's clutching her ankle. I twisted it, she explains. I can't walk. I want that remote. Red's voice roars from the stairwell. Uh-oh, he's coming. Then you have an idea. Help Stacy hobble to page 122. Okay. Get into the bumper cars, you order the twins. Jason stares at you. Are you crazy? We're being chased by a maniac. This is no time for games. I know that, you answer impatiently. Just get in. I have a plan. Grumbling, Jason climbs into a green bumper car. You help Stacy into a blue one, then you jump into a red one. You pull out Professor Shock's remote and start punching buttons. When you hit the 6th black button, the bumper cars start to move. It works. You can control them with the remote. See? We can ride these out of the mall, you explain. Cool, Stacy says enthusiastically. Nice thinking, Jason admits. He starts to steer his car out of the ring. Wait a minute, you call. You peer through the gloom in the stairwell. No sign of Red yet. You know it's crazy, but you're just dying to play bumper cars one more time. Just once, before the mall is torn down and the kitty carnival is gone forever. The question is, who should you ram? Yeah, the question is not should you play bumper cars while, instead of making a break for it while you have some distance between you and the cyborg. It's which of your friends should you hit with the car? Bumper cars are indeed going to get us all killed. Nintendo Spiders, are you here? Because it is your turn. If you'd rather bump Jason, go to page 99. If you decide to bump Stacy, turn to page 18. Who are we bumping, Jason or Stacy? You hate Jason. You want to bump Jason? Is the decision that you want to bump Jason, or are you just telling me that you hate him? Okay, sounds good. That's fine. It feels kind of fucked up to bump Stacy. She twisted her ankle. You decide to ram Jason with your bumper car. He needs to lighten up a little. Maybe this'll help. You place the remote control on the dashboard. Now both your hands are free for the steering wheel. Well, at least we're being safe. Fucking holy shit. Here I come, you shout and zoom toward Jason's car. Jason glances up. He frowns. Cut it out, will you? He demands and yanks his steering wheel to the right. You shoot past, inches from the rear of his car. Missed. He just doesn't know how to have fun. You turn around in your seat. Come on, Jason, be a sport, you call. You wonder why Jason and Stacey are both staring at you. And why are their eyes so wide? You turn around. Oh no, a huge angry figure is standing right in front of your bumper car. Red, he caught up with you. How? You stare frozen in terror at Red. You're going to run him over with your bumper car. This is terrible. Red may be evil, but you don't want to flatten him. Oh, okay. At the last second, Red jumps aside. Reaching down, he snatches the remote control off of your dashboard. We're such stupid children. Oh my god. Got it, he grunts. Oh no, if only you'd flattened him! Why are they yelling at us? This is the decision the book is making! Red's huge fingers dance over the remote control, punching down after button. Your heart sinks right down to your toes. Obviously, he knows exactly how to use the gadget. A moment later, your bumper car swerves around and zooms out of the ring. You spin the steering wheel. No use. You can't control the car. Jason and Stacy's cars race along on either side of yours. The three of you are heading straight for a bank of elevators. You start to panic. Really panic. Is Red going to make you crash? At the very last second, Red pushes another button. Your bumper car is jerked to a halt. Get out, Red snarls, and turn to face me. You do as he says. Your heart is thundering. What's he up to? Behind you, the elevator doors swish open. Step back, Red commands. You, Stacy, and Jason back into the elevator. Hey, there's nothing under your feet. What happened to the floor? Too late, you guess the truth. The elevator car is missing. Help, you scream. A moment later, you're falling through blackness. Screaming, you and the twins plunge downward. Thump. You land on something soft, and then we wind up in the furniture warehouse thing, which it turns out there's a secret trap door that connects to the furniture warehouse, and the elevator shaft inexplicably also connects right to the warehouse. So that connects us to Uncle Jack and the thread from before. Let's see what happens if we bump Stacy. At least we didn't die. I thought for sure we were going to insta-death from that one. But maybe it's Stacy that will insta-kill us. This is the easiest decision you've made all day. Obviously, you're gonna ram Stacy. She's much more fun to play bumper cars with than Jason. You set the remote down on the dashboard. Heads up, you yell and steer straight at Stacy's blue car. A huge grin spreads across her face. You asked for it, she shouts, hunching over.
Thanks for your help. Bye.
Afe89, thank you for the 500 bits. You are a bit of the best. Yeah, that's why she hurt her ankle, to make sure the timeline was the same. You're right, Nintendo Spiders. I like that she tells us she hurts her ankle twice in this timeline, though. Because she tells us the once and then she tells us again. But we didn't even react to it at the other time. So, and then she was able to walk just fine. All right, whatever. Wham! You slam into each other head on. It's just needlessly complex, and they didn't maintain it well enough for it to be worth it. Stacy's car bounces back and spins out of control. The impact makes your little car rock, and the remote goes flying off the dashboard. Your jaw drops. Time seems to slow down as the remote spins through the air end over end. All you can do is stare in horror. The remote tumbles down, hits the floor, bounces once, and then crunch. Goose just fell off of something. Stacy's blue car rolls over it and flattens it. Oh no, you groan. No! Someone else screams, someone with a deep, hollow voice. You glance up. Red and Deep Voice are both standing by the edge of the bumper car ring, staring in horror. You rotten kids! Red bellows. You broke the remote! You ruined all our plans! Plans! I don't know, whatever. That's a plus. You still don't know what Red and Deep Voice were up to, but you're sure it was no good. So you're glad that you stopped them. But on the minus side, now that the remote is broken, you have no way to turn off the bumper cars. In fact, you're stuck. As the little cars zoom around and around the ring, you realize that they're going way too fast for you to risk jumping out. Good thing you like bumper cars, because you're going to be bumping around in this one for a long, long time. The end. Yeah, Stacy just saved us all again, but did doom us to an eternity of bumper cars. So, you know, take with that what you will. But yeah, the only consistent thing across this whole book is that Stacy's been saving our asses left and right. Anyway, Nintendo Spiders, your hatred of Jason actually would have saved our asses. So way to go. Good instincts, bud. Let's see. Kelvidge, are you still here? Because I know you said you were going to bounce early, but possibly, I figure, maybe, if you are here, you've got the next choice. So let's see. Here we are. We can choose to give Deep Voice the remote instead of trying to run. If that's not an insta-death and if it leads to a choice, then, it looks like, hold on, I want to make sure I get it right so that everyone gets a chance to pick like was promised. Overlord Zaylor, you are next if Kelvidge is not here. Oh, it's okay. It's okay, Af. It's fine. No worry about interrupting. It's literally a DENTATHON. Interruptions are expected. So we're going to give Deep Voice the remote and see what happens. Oh, it's an insta-death. Sorry about that. Sorry for the spoilers. You bite your lip. All right, you say. I'll trust you. Pulling out the remote, you hand it to Deep Voice. You hope you did the right thing. Deep Voice whips out a walkie-talkie. We're secure, he barks into it. The next instant, banks of headlights flash on, blinding you. Dozens of men in suits pour out of the parked cars. What's going on? Stacy cries. Who are you guys? Jason demands. I'm Agent Jones. We're with the government. Deep Voice replies, Professor Shock is our top weapons designer. He waves the remote in the air. You kids have been playing with a very dangerous toy here. All I can say is thank goodness we got it back before you pushed the red button. Your heart thuds. Well, actually, you mumble. Agent Jones stares at you in horror. You mean you did press the red button? Oh no! When? About an hour ago, you gulp. What does that do? Agent Jones shakes his head solemnly. You don't want to know. Let's just say we're all doomed. We have only a few seconds left before the end. Smee by the Sea, thank you so much for hanging out. I'm sorry that your Wi-Fi is acting up, and I hope it fixes itself. There's nothing more frustrating. Okay, I just glanced at a choice on another page that says, if you pocket the turtles, excuse me? There are so many threads in this book. All right, let's try returning the remote to the professor right away instead of showing it to our friends. See what thread that takes us down. You decide to take the remote back to the professor. So we're not going to the mall. We're not going to our friends. We're just going to the professor. He must have missed it by now. You don't want him to think you stole it. Yeah, God forbid. Why would he come to that conclusion? As you're leaving your room, you hear a sound behind you. You glance back. Your model train is chugging toward you, and it's off the tracks. You feel a sudden chill. How did that happen? You were sure you turned the train off before. Quickly, you aim the remote at the train and click. The cars stop moving. Maybe there's something wrong with the remote. Maybe its insides got scrambled when it fell on the floor of Professor Shock's garage. Maybe there's a short circuit somewhere. Whatever it is, Professor Shock can probably fix it. You're suddenly in a hurry to get the remote back to him. There's something about it that gives you the creeps. You rush downstairs. There's a lot of noise coming from the kitchen. It sounds as if your mom is running all of her appliances at once, but you don't have time to pop in and find out what's for dinner. You race out the front door, and then you screech to a halt. What in the world is going on? You stand on your porch steps, staring. You've walked into a mechanical madhouse. A lawnmower roars across your lawn, cutting fancy patterns in the grass. No one is pushing it. Cars weave up and down the street. Lawnmowers just want to be artists. And that's fair. There doesn't appear to be anyone driving them. Whiz, whiz! An electric can opener wriggles through the open front door and down the porch steps. Its cord trails behind it. It isn't even plugged in, but somehow it's running. There are no people in sight. They must all be hiding from the machines. You close your eyes and give yourself a pinch on the arm. Can this really be happening, or are you having a nightmare? When you open your eyes again, the first thing you see is your bike, zooming right toward you. The pedals churn around and around, but there's no one riding it. There's literally no rules with the remote. It's a bicycle! What are you talking about? Yikes! No time to move out of the way. Your reflexes take over. Without thinking, you grab the handlebars and jump on. Fucking baller. Ride your bike to page 48. Okay, we've got a choice coming up. Orak, if you are still here, your choice is up next. Heads up, you yell as the bike carries you away. It races down your walk and into the street. Straight for a speeding bus! You jam on the brakes, but nothing happens. You try to swerve to the left, but you can't control the handlebars. They turn themselves to the right. The bus's radiator looms in front of you. You stare, frozen in terror. Then you scrape past the bus, with only inches to spare. Whew! The bike darts in and out of traffic. It's nerve-wracking, but there's nothing you can do to control it. So you hang on and try to ignore the danger while you figure out what's going on. Could this mechanical madness have anything to do with Professor Shock's remote control? Probably. When you pressed that red button, did something happen after all? You suddenly notice that the bicycle is picking up speed. You're already going so fast that the wind is making your eyes water. If you hit anything, you'll be a goner for sure. Should you jump off now, or would you rather stay on and see where the bike takes you? All right, Orak. Get ready. If you want to get off, jump off the bike on page 69. If you'd rather not jump, stay on until you reach page 45. So, are we going to 69 off of the bike, or are we going to not 69 on the bike? What do we think? Stay on the bike seems safer? All right. Tragically, we cannot go to page 69 because we must stay on the bike. We can 69 later. Very true, Amenarak. I'll stay on the bike, you decide. The thing is traveling along a definite route, almost as if it's been pre-programmed, which is pretty creepy. You figure you should stick around and find out where it's going and why. The bike zooms down a hill. Faster, faster! Before long, it's moving so fast the wheels start to give off a high-pitched noise, almost like a scream. You clutch the handlebars and hunch down. Wind drags at your hair, your clothes. It's all you can do to stay on the seat. You're really scared now, but it's too late to jump off. At this speed, you'd splat on the pavement like a broken egg. The bike turns left at a white signboard and then races toward a high barbed wire fence. There's a gate dead ahead. It's open. As you whiz past the white sign, you manage to glimpse what it says. Uh-oh. What does the sign say? Read it on page 22. In big black letters, the sign says... Junkyard. Huh? Isn't that where people throw away old dishwashers and other appliances? Why would the bicycle bring you here? The bike tears through the gate, straight toward an enormous junk heap. You squint. It's hard to see with the wind in your eyes, but it appears as if the junk heap is moving. Ugh, you think. It must be covered with rats or something. Without warning, the bike screeches to a stop. You, however, keep going. You sail over the handlebars and fly toward the junk heap. Now at least you can see it clearly. It's a squirming, heaving pile of... people! That's right. In this horrible machine world, human beings are useless. Garbage. Your bike was simply taking out the trash! The end! Damn. Fucking brutal. Well, let's see what happens if we 69. Instead of getting thrown out rudely by our bicycle. You realize you'd better jump off the bike now while you still can. Ah! You scream as you throw yourself off the speeding machine. Thud. You hit the ground rolling. You'll probably have a few bruises, but you decide bruises aren't so terrible. Standing up, you gaze around. Excellent. By sheer chance, you ended up only a block from Professor Shock's house. What are the odds? Soon he'll put an end to this mechanical nightmare. You run past spouting garden hoses and whining weed whackers, straight to Professor Shock's garage. The professor is probably in his workshop, cleaning up the mess you made. Professor Shock, you call? Are you here? No answer. You walk slowly toward the cluttered garage, toward the green workshop door. It's closed. From behind the door comes a whirring sound. Slowly, carefully, you push the door open. It's hard to see inside because the lights keep blinking on and off. Come in, a voice calls. I've been expecting you. I did Professor Shock's voice, but I don't know because they're like, who's been expecting you? Turn to page 98 to find out. So, we'll see if I was right. Yes, it was Professor Shock. We're good. Nervously, you step into the workshop. Then you breathe a sigh of relief. Standing at the workbench is Professor Shock. He's using a power drill to tighten some screws in his robot's head. That explains the whirring noise. Am I glad to see you, you cry. You pull the remote out of your pocket. I didn't mean to take this, you explain. I just didn't want you to know I broke it. But when I put it back together, I think something went wrong. See, I pressed the red button and... Wrong, Professor Shock interrupts. What do you mean? Boy, he really is an absent-minded professor. Haven't you noticed anything strange, you ask? Like the fact that all the machines around here are operating themselves? Oh, that! Professor Shock smiles. What's wrong with that? That's what my universal remote is supposed to do. It's working perfectly. Stage 1 is complete. Your mouth falls open. Stage 1? You stare at the professor in horror. Is he completely crazy? You mean you meant all this to happen? You squeak. Of course. Now, on to stage 2, Professor Shock says. He tightens one last screw. Then he turns the robot toward you. Robot? He barks. Bring me that remote! All right. This is what happens when you're just honest and you try to return a remote to somebody. Okay, we have a choice on this page. Dirigible, you are on deck. Get ready. The copper robot lurches toward you. It's going to take the universal remote and give it to Professor Shock, who is definitely, completely, unquestionably crazy. You can't let him have the gadget. No way, you shout and dodge behind the desk. The robot clinks after you. Why make a fuss? Professor Shock wants to know. It'll be nice when the world is mechanical. Machines are clean. They work hard. They never ask for days off. They're much better than humans. Don't fight me. Give up the remote. The robot backs you into a corner. There's no way out. Desperately, you aim the remote at the robot and punch some of the black buttons. A few of the shop machines were on, but the robot pays no attention. It keeps coming after you. You clutch the remote. You won't give it up without a fight. Then you have an idea. There are 2 buttons on the remote that you haven't pushed yet. Rewind and fast forward. They might not do anything useful. On the other hand, what do you have to lose? Go ahead. Press one. If you press rewind, turn to page 100. If you press fast forward, go to page 8. Dirigible, are you here? Send me a sign. What shall it be? Fast forward it is. Page 8. You decide to try fast forward. Maybe it'll speed you up so you can escape Professor Shock's robot. You jab your finger down on the fast forward button. Every single machine in the workshop clicks on at once, and they all run at supersonic speeds. Lights flicker on and off like strobes. The computer printer spews out paper, hundreds of pages a minute. The power drill spins so fast it starts to smoke. The pinball machine flashes and clangs, and then everything stops. Just like that. What happened, you demand? Your voice sounds strangely tinny. You reach up to touch your mouth. Clang! Hey! Your skin feels metallic. Congratulations, Professor Shock says. You glance at him and gasp. He's turned silver. Light gleams off his polished head. He's become a robot. And so have you! You fast-forwarded right through all the... Sorry, he's a robot now. You fast-forwarded right through all the stages, Professor Shock tells you. My plan is now complete. Thank you. Welcome to Machine World. Hope you like heavy metal music. The end. Damn it, Dirigible. Well, how could you have not anticipated that? Okay, let's see what happens if we rewind. That killed us right away. You take a deep breath and press the rewind button. No! Professor Shock screams. On. He meant to say on, but I read it weird. What does he mean, you wonder? But you don't have time to puzzle it out. The robot is still after you. Its copper fingers reach for the universal remote. I'm getting really good at reading. I need to take a little liquid in my throat break. Hold on. Huh. Then it steps back. Its hand falls to its side. It keeps walking, backward, back the way it came. Etomer et pu evig, Professor Shock commands. Etomer et pu evig sounds like nonsense, but there's something familiar about it. That's when you finally get it. Etomer et pu evig is the backward version of give up the remote. That's what Professor Shock ordered you to do a minute ago. The scene is rewinding. A moment later, you start to rewind too, all the way back to the beginning. Turn to page 1. You know, honestly, pressing fast forward, I think, saved us from a fate worse than death there. So, damn. Send us right back to the front of the book. Holy shit, infinite loop. Okay, wonderful. Let's see what other choices we have to make. We have a couple post-its left, and I think those were the two, like, major diverging choices. Last time, we pressed one of the buttons instead of trying to break the remote apart. And then the other choice is pinball machine versus turning the robot on, which is, I think, where the path splits. So that'll wind up with... We still have, like, half of the book here. So for those of you still in the decision queue, don't worry. If you have donated money, you are going to get to make a decision. There's a lot of book left. So let's try to break the remote apart and see what happens. You grab the remote from your bed where you dropped it. You don't have time to fiddle with the thing. This is an emergency. As hard as you can, you hurl the remote against your bedroom door. Crash! The black case shatters. Springs pop, sparks fly, and the deafening music stops. Whew! You rip off the earphones and throw the Walkman across the room. It hits the floor next to the remote. Zap! A giant yellow spark leaps out of the broken remote control and into your Walkman. Uh-oh. Why is the Walkman quivering? You wonder. And why does it look bigger? In seconds, the awful truth is clear. Somehow, when that spark hit the Walkman, it made it start growing. You don't know how or why. Okay, great. Good explanation. But the thing is expanding in front of your eyes and expanding. Soon the portable player is bigger than you are, and it's still growing. It's also blocking the bedroom door. You're trapped. You cower on your bed, watching in horror as the Walkman looms over you. It bulges against the walls and ceiling. You always wanted to fill your room with music. Unfortunately, this isn't what you had in mind. In fact, this is the end. It killed us. Okay. So, we're going to try the white switch on the pinball machine. Frank scenario, it's very good if we get to you and my voice is like really giving out, I'll check in with you again, but I think it would not be right to not let you make a decision after such a generous donation. So we're going to turn on the pinball machine. We have completed the thread for the robot uprising. It seems as though there was literally only like one good ending, and we found it not terribly hard. I mean, we died a few times first, but could have been way worse. So let's try the white switch. You love pinball. Let's see how much. Who wants to challenge the pinball wizard? You call and flip the switch. I'm going to drink more coffee. Nothing happens. The machine doesn't light up. There's no noise, no flashing lights, no ka-ching, nothing. I don't believe it, you grumble, smacking the machine. You're about to hit it again when you see movement out of the corner of your eye. The green door, it's opening. Professor Shock, you can't let him find you here. Back here, Stacy whispers. I missed her. She pulls you and Jason behind the pinball machine. You squeeze in between the machine and an old dusty mirror lying against the wall. Your elbow knocks against the mirror. Suddenly, lights begin to flash. Sirens go off. The mirror begins to vibrate. Horrified, you run your hands over the mirror's frame. How can you turn the thing off? But soon you stop worrying about that. You've got bigger problems. A weird, invisible force is sucking you into the mirror. Ah! What could be happening? Wind roars past your ears. It's as if you're caught in a tornado. You can't see your legs anymore. They're inside the mirror. You grab the frame and hang on. Invisible forces rip at your fingers, trying to pry them loose. Stacy! Jason! You scream. Help! But your friends are screaming too. They're being pulled into the mirror with you. You're inside as far as your neck now. Then a wrinkled face appears, framed by the back legs of the pinball machine. It's Professor Shock. He peers at you. Help us, you shout. I can't, he screams. I told you to stay away. There's no way out of there unless you find the... Pop! Your hands lose their grip, and the professor vanishes. Mysterious. I wonder what we must find. Find the what? You shout, but it's too late. The professor is gone. The roaring wind stops. You land sprawling on a slick, hard surface. I'm doing great. The twins plop down behind you. What happened? Jason cries. Where are we? You gaze around. The room you're in has no doors or windows. The only decorations on the gray walls are two built-in mirrors. We came through the mirror, you say slowly. You're trying to stay calm. That's impossible, Stacy objects. Look around, you order. There's no other way in. And no way out, Jason wails. The three of you stare at each other. Impossible as it seems, you're inside the mirror. And you're trapped. All right, we've got another decision. It looks like Red Knock Rumblefish is up next. So get ready. Jason jumps up. Help! I want out! Hold on, you call. Don't panic. There's gotta be a way out, Stacy declares. You stare at the mirrors. An idea is forming in your mind. If we came in through the mirror, maybe it's the way out too. Maybe we can escape through one of these mirrors. But which one? Jason demands. You study the two mirrors. The one on your right seems ordinary. It reflects you and the twins. The one on your left is a different story. In fact, you wonder if there's a hidden movie projector in the room because the mirror shows a peaceful country meadow full of grazing cows. Well, that's just a TV, baby. Which mirror will you try? If you choose the one with the country scene, turn to page 47. If you pick the one that reflects you and the twins, go to page 123. Red Knock Rumblefish, are you here? What will we be doing? I'll give it like a 30 count. Okay. I will actually be right back. I'm gonna make some tea just to keep everything going real good. If Red Knock Grumblefish is not here, then you guys can see the donation queue to the left. Overlord, you will be after. But I'm gonna make some tea. BRB. Don't move a muscle, otherwise we might die in a mirror. Hello, I'm back. And for those of you wondering, we have been listening to this in the break times. I'm just waiting for my tea to steep. Hope you're all doing well. Let's try not to die in a mirror, huh? Okay. Did our dear friend Redknock Rumblefish appear, or Overlord Zaylor? Is it? I believe it must be you, because I'm not seeing them in the chat. So, Overlord, what's it gonna be? Are we going to the country scene, or are we walking right into a regular mirror? Ooh. This, by the way, is the mug that Sarah the G sent to me. If I'm remembering correctly. I'm pretty sure Sarah the G is the one who sent this one. Overlord Zaylor is deciding. Unless Redknock Rumblefish is here, but I don't believe that they are. Walk into the regular mirror. All right, let's do it. It's very hot because it's tea. That makes sense. Okay, regular mirror. Let's go. You're right. Don't trust cows. It's obvious, you declare. We'll go through the mirror that shows our own reflections. That'll take us back to the real world. Are you sure? Jason asks anxiously. You stand... I do think obvious is a little strong, but, like, what can you do, you know? You stand in front of the mirror and gaze in. Behind your three reflections is a familiar scene. Look, Stacy exclaims, it's Miller's. When you see the ice cream store, your last doubts vanish. Miller's is in your neighborhood. When you step through this mirror, you'll practically be home. Let's go, you urge, and step forward. But as your foot moves through the mirror, your reflected face twists in terror. Your reflected mouth opens as if you're screaming. You feel your real face. It seems normal. Your mouth is closed. What's going on? Our reflections, they're going crazy, Jason declares. Something is scaring them, Stacy adds. Then she gasps. Hey, look, they're running away. Quick, let's go after them. And get caught by whatever's scaring them, Jason scoffs. No way, I say we stay right here. They'll come back. What do you think? We already have another decision. War, you just got back. War.
I'm in there like swimwear.
You just resubscribed tier 3 for 15 months. Your timing could not be better. Are we going to chase after our reflections, or rather wait and see what happens? Our reflections are being such freaks. Like, be cool. Pretend you've been here before. Chase after the reflections, of course. Yeah, gotta know where they're going. Why are they in such a hurry? We better go after our reflections, you say. What if they don't come back? We can't go through life without them. We've got to catch up. That's a good point. How are you supposed to know if your face is on right? You thrust your foot at the mirror. It slides right through. A tingle runs up your leg, and then you're on the other side. Stacy and Jason pop through a moment later. The three of you are right in front of Miller's ice cream. The sun is shining. The air is full of familiar scents and sounds. We are home, Jason says. This is great. You point to the plate glass store window. Everything is reflected there. Everything but the three of you. It's very creepy. We have to get our reflections back, you say firmly. Come on, they must be in the store. This has taken such wild turns. Hold on. Very hot. But when you enter the ice cream store, there's no one there but the cashier. A white ceiling fan circles lazily. Stacy steps up to the cashier. Excuse me, she says. Did 3 kids just run in here? 3 kids who look a lot like us? Jason nudges you. There they are, he whispers, pointing to the big mirror on the right-hand wall. You run over and peer into the mirror. Hey, you shout. What's all the shouting about? Find out on page 67. Oh no, it's happening again, Stacy cries. She's right. Once again, your reflections are shrieking in soundless terror. Yours throws up its hands. I thought I was going to say it throws up, which would have been funny. Stacy starts to tremble. Jason's puts its hands over its eyes. Then, just as before, they turn and run away. Wait, you scream. Lunging forward, you dive headfirst into the big mirror. Jason and Stacy are right behind you. Your body tingles. Then you tumble out onto the wooden floor of an empty ice cream parlor. A moving shadow makes you look up. A white ceiling fan circles lazily overhead. You're in Miller's. Not again, Stacy exclaims. It's deja vu, Jason moans. This time the mirror is on the left-hand wall. You peek at your reflection. And as soon as you lock eyes, it happens again. The screaming. The running away. Finally, you get it. Your reflection is running away from you. You don't know why. All you know is you've got to keep after your reflection until you catch it, even if it takes the rest of your life. The end. You know, in this book, you can die, you can get murdered by robots, or you can spend an eternity chasing your reflection through empty ice cream parlors. So, let's see what would have happened if we just wait and see what happens. We were the reflections the whole time. It's true. I agree with Jason, you announce. Let's wait here for our reflections. They have to come back, you hope. Your words were brave enough, but the empty mirror is giving you major creeps. Shivering, you turn your back to it. I mean, who ever heard of a reflection that could exist on its own, you go on. Right, guys? There's no answer. Guys? You repeat? Stacy's voice is very faint. When you glance at her, her eyes are like 2 saucers. She's staring at the mirror. You spin around. Yikes! A giant blood-red eye is staring back at you. It's so big it fills the entire mirror. Its pupil is just a slit like a cat's eye, and its expression is pure evil. We found Sauron! Jason screams and screams. Don't worry, you manage, though your throat is dry with fear. It can't get us. It's on the wrong side of the mirror, remember? It's just a reflection, a trick of some kind. You really hope you're right about that. It's getting smaller, Stacy whispers. I think maybe it's backing away. You force yourself to study the eye. Stacy's right, it is getting smaller. What a relief. Everything's going to be all right, you think, until you notice the giant hand, with clutching, groping fingers and long, talon-like nails. The hand that's reaching right through the mirror, reaching for you. I thought you said it couldn't get us, Jason yells. The giant hand closes around you. Then it starts to squeeze. Okay, you were wrong. But don't feel too crushed about it. The end. So basically, if we pick the regular mirror, we die. There are many roundabout ways to do it, but we die from picking the regular mirror. So let's see what happens with the country scene, which is conveniently on the page just right next to the one we were reading. You're fascinated by the mirror showing the country scene. Let's try this one, you say. If we don't like what we find, we can always come back. The twins agree. Trying not to feel silly, you poke your left foot at the glass. Hey, it goes right through. The glass feels rubbery. It's like walking through a bowl of Jell-O. Your arms and legs tingle. Hey, your Jell-O should not be rubbery. That Jell-O is too firm, my man. Use less gelatin next time.
Congratulations on your good deed, Putt-Putt.
War, you just donated another $69. Fucking nice. You are the tippy top. Your name is going on the wall again. And you have been added once more to the decision queue. Although we are probably running out of decisions at this point. But hopefully we can get everybody. I will feel bad if we don't. It's the principle of the thing. There. Thank you so much. You're fascinated by the mirror showing the country scene. Let's try this one, you say. Oh, wait, sorry, I already read that part. Then you're on the other side. You glance around. You're in a flower-dotted field. Jason and Stacy are behind you. Warm sun pours down. Birds are singing. In the distance, cows munch on grass. But there's something wrong with the whole scene. The grass, Jason cries. It's blue. And the sky is green. He's right. And now that you know what to look for, you notice the cows are red and yellow, while the flowers are spotted black and white. The colors are reversed, backward. I can't believe we didn't notice it until it was pointed out to us. Now that we know what to look for, what do you mean? That one should have been obvious. Where are we? Stacy cries. Who cares? Jason says, I want to go back. He turns around, then he gasps. The mirror, he shouts. Where's the mirror? Yeah, everyone knows the inverse of cows are flowers. You're right, Nintendo Spiders. This is what we are learning today. The inverse of cows are flowers. You're welcome, everybody. Wisdom. Jason's right. The mirror has vanished. You can't go back to the little room. We'll be fine, Stacy declares. Professor Shock said all we have to do is get out of here. All we have to do to get out of here is find something. But he didn't say what we need to find, Jason retorts. We're trapped. Maybe forever. You sure hope Jason's wrong. You stare around. There must be some clue, something that will tell you what to do next. Then, across the field, you spot a green sign. It looks like a regular road sign, except that there's no road nearby. Maybe that sign will tell us something, you suggest. Stacy immediately races toward the sign. I'm getting real, Phantom Tollbooth vibes here, where everything's just sort of weird, and we're like, well, we're on a journey now. I love the Phantom Tollbooth. What a good book. Stacy immediately races toward the sign. You and Jason take off after her. Tall blue grass tickles your ankles. It feels good to run. Until you realize that something is wrong. You've been running for several minutes, but the sign looks farther away than when we started, you blurt out. You and your friend stop running and turn to gaze back the way you came. You've definitely covered some ground. Weird, Stacy pants. Maybe it's an optical illusion, Jason suggests. Before you can reply, something grunts, right behind you. Yes, Phantom Tollbooth love. Yes, yes, yes. I'm glad you guys all have good taste. Hi, Tony M. Parker. Stacy peeks over her shoulder. Don't look now, she whispers, but there's a bull behind us, and he's grouchy. Of course you spin around at once. Stacy wasn't joking. The red and yellow bull is the biggest you've ever seen. His gleaming horns must be 2 feet long. They look even bigger because he's only 10 feet away, pawing the ground with a nasty glare in his little red eyes. Run, Jason screams. The three of you pelt across the field. Back the way. This person really likes the verb pelt for running, and I don't feel like that's the I know I was like, people use too many different like synonyms for the word say, and I think that's very...
Congratulations on
Tony
your
Ann
good
Parker,
deed,
you just donated $25. Thank you so much. You were the tippy top, and you have been added to the decision queue. Let me put your name on a tooth. But I think it's, hot take. I think that many uses of the word say, or synonyms for the word say without the word say, is amateurish and annoying. But I think you can mix it up a little when you're coming up with different verbs. Like, pelt has happened on 3 different branches, so that's just them using that word 3 times. Anyway, that's my criticism here. I think this person is definitely one of the ghostwriters because they have some good stuff here, but they're just a little less, I would say, practiced. Or maybe this is just one of R.L. Stein's weaker efforts and I'm being mean. But I don't think so, because nobody has slapped any high fives and there have been so many opportunities for it. Put you right there. There you go. It's after us, Jason reports, glancing back. We've got to move faster. See? Reports. He could have just said it. Or shouted it. That one would have been a good opportunity for shout. Anyway, I am a professional editor. You pour on even more speed. But when you risk a look over your shoulder, you see that the furious bull is gaining on you.
Congratulations on your good deed, Putt-Putt.
Overlord, you don't need a decision. You just need the number to be a round number. I fucking appreciate you so much for that. Thank you. You are the tippy top. The faster we run, the faster we run, the closer it gets, Stacy gasps. That doesn't make any sense, you think? Or does it? Have you guys figured out the puzzle? Because I have just been waiting on them to call on me, like someone playing Blue's Clues. Okay, we have a decision coming up. Frank's scenario, it looks like you are up. If you are here, you're here, right? Well, you're on deck. Turn around, you shout. Huh? Jason gasps. Did you happen to notice that we're being chased by a raging bull? You're here? Oh, good. Get ready. I think I know how to beat him, you pant. How? Stacy demands. Run toward him, you exclaim. We're in a mirror world. Things are backward here, like the colors, so maybe this chase is backward, too. Maybe if we run toward the bull, we'll get away from him. How we have this much time to debate, I will never know. Stacy disagrees. That's crazy. Let's split up and keep running away. The bull can't chase all 3 of us. Stacy's plan is to fucking bounce because she knows she's faster than us. Maybe Stacy's plan is better than yours. If only you had a little time to think it over, but you don't. Quick, make a decision now. Run toward the bull on page 105 or split up and keep running away on page 46. What do you think, Frank's scenario? Putting a sticky note there just in case. You say split up? All right, let's do it. But trip Jason first, and again, a very good choice. You're right, you call to Stacy. Split up. Stacy veers off to the right, Jason turns to the left, and you keep racing straight ahead. So smart. You glance back. The bull is after you. He's so close you can...
Congratulations on your good deed, Putt-Putt.
FF9 Master has donated $1.66 because odd numbers are fun. Thank you very much. I don't have you on the wall, and therefore I must put you on the wall. One moment, please, and then we'll see how running straight ahead worked out for us. Ooh, my handwriting has gotten worse as the day has progressed. Who would have thought? Hi, it is me, Rocky. Welcome back. Okay. Now you're on the wall. He's so close you can feel his hot breath on the backs of your legs. His hoofs thunder louder and louder. It looks like the end for you. At least Stacy and Jason are safe, you think. Until Jason streaks past on your left. A bull just like the one behind you is hot on his heels. Hearing a scream, you glance to the right. A third identical bull is chasing Stacy. Somehow the bull has split into 3! And all 3 mad bulls are after you and your friends. Too bad. Splitting up seemed like a good idea, but now you're going to be split for real. By the bull. The end. Mitosis. This is bullshit. Shit. All right. Yeah, I guess splitting up wasn't the right decision. How could you not have seen that coming? The bull was going to split into 3. On the bright side, Jason got murdered by a bull. So we have that. So let's see what would have happened if we ran toward the bull, solving the puzzle for real. I know I'm right, you shout. Turn around. You're crazy, Jason wails, but he does what you say. You spin to face the bull. He's charging straight at you. His horns look as sharp as shish kebab skewers. What if you're wrong? Too late to think that way. You've made your choice. So you sprint toward the bull. The twins run on either side of you, yelling. You blink. Or is it your imagination? Is the bull a little bit farther away? Yes, you shout triumphantly. With every step you take, the bull gets smaller. In a minute, it's a speck in the distance. Then it vanishes completely. It worked, Stacy cries. I feel sick, Jason groans. You laugh. Let's go find that road sign and see if we can get back home again. All right, we survived our encounter with the bull. And we got it on the first try. In your head, Jason is Jason Mantzoukas. He is. He's the adult man, Jason Mantzoukas. The sign is as far away as it ever was, but now you know how to get to it.
Congratulations on your good deed,
Kindlewick, thank you for the $3 donation. Getting us to $11.69.69. Very nice. Definitely getting a spot on the wall. Kindlewick, writing it down. That almost looks like your name. Here we go. You guys are delightful. Okay, the sign's as far away as it ever was, but now you know how to get to it. All we have to do is walk in the wrong direction, you point out. Cool, let's go, Stacy says. In a few minutes, you reach the sign. It says, "The palace holds the key. Discover the queen's mirror, and you'll soon be home free." Okay. An arrow points ahead into a thick, dark forest. I love helpful signage. The palace, Stacy exclaims. The queen? Finally, Stacy being British pays off. Who wrote this, you ask? What does it mean? I think it's for us, Jason announces. I think it means that the way home is through this palace place. Jason may be kind of timid, but he's pretty smart. Yep, he's a genius. Sounds good to me, you declare. Let's go. By walking in the opposite direction, you and the twins are soon in the forest. It's a gloomy place. The trees are so thick that hardly any light can get through. Long, slimy, purple-leafed vines choke the path. You hear things moving in the bushes. Ow! A loud, deep sound booms somewhere up ahead. It's a cross between a howl and a growl. Sorry, I did not capture that with my Foley work. I try my best, but I can only do so much. What's that noise? Jason cries. I don't know, you whisper. Arrgh! The sound is louder now, closer. Even Stacy is scared. Maybe we should just go back, she says. You stop and glance back. Thick vines have grown over the places you walked. The path is gone! You try to break the vines apart, but they grow back instantly. You gulp. We'll have to keep going, you assert. Again, you could have just said it. It doesn't matter. Arrgh! This time the howl is so loud that the ground shakes. Your eyes dart around fearfully. You can't see anything through these thick vines. What's out there? Come on, Jason cries. He takes off running. Your heart thudding, you tear after him. Stacy's right behind you. All right, we have another choice. It looks like Blue Mayhem. You are up next on the choices. So get ready. Ahead of you, Jason stops so fast that you plow right into him. Then Stacy plows into you. The three of you sprawl on the ground in a pile. When you untangle yourselves, you see what made Jason stop. There's a fork in the path. On the right side, a sign says, Palace of Mirrors. A sign on the left says, L'Oreo. It's like Oreo, but with an L in the front. The palace, Stacy cries. Let's go. You start to follow her, but then you remember something. Wait, you call. Lots of things in this world are backward. What if the signs are backward, too? I see what you mean, Jason exclaims. The path to the palace might really be the path to the Lorio. What's a Lorio anyway? Asks Stacy. Jason shudders. I hope we don't find out. Hurry, Stacy urges. Pick one of the paths. It's up to you, Blue Mayhem, if you're still here. If you think the path labeled Palace of Mirrors will lead to the palace, turn to page 109. If you think the path labeled Lorio will take you to the palace, go to page 102. Are we taking the Palace of Mirrors path or the Lorio path? What will it be? Are you still here? If not, it is me, Rocky. Although I think it is me, Rocky said they were stepping away. In which case it'll be Coach. You guys can see the list. It's over. The list is over there. You're here? You're here? It is me, Rocky? Fantastic. It is me, Rocky. What decision? Are we taking the path labeled Palace of Mirrors or the path labeled Lorio? What'll it be? The path labeled Palace of Mirrors? All right. Let's do it. Page 109. You and the twins hurry down the path to the palace. At once you hear the terrifying howl again. Ahoo! Oh no, Stacy cries. What's making that awful noise? It's following us, Jason declares. He starts to run. You and Stacy tear after him. Ahoo! The sound grows louder and louder. It seems to be coming from everywhere. It fills your head. Up there, Jason cries. He points up ahead. You screech to a stop as a huge shadow falls across the path. A shadow as tall as a building, with hundreds of arms and thousands of grasping, twitching fingers. From behind the shadow, the noise thunders. Get down, you whisper. Maybe we can sneak past it. You and the twins drop on your bellies and crawl along the path. Then you stop in shock. Now you can see what's casting that horrifying shadow and what's making that awful sound. Let's find out. A tiny beetle clings to a branch of an enormous tree. It has a gigantic trumpet-shaped mouth. Arroo! The beetle booms. A bug, Jason says in disbelief. You step up, peering at the little insect. Arroo! It shouts. Your head vibrates like a gong. Why aren't you three in school? A stern voice demands. You glance up and see a big man wearing a badge. A policeman, Stacy cries. Why? Officer, can you help us find the Palace of Mirrors? The palace is across the lake, the policeman replies, but you can't go there now. You kids are supposed to be in school. Behind the policeman, you can glimpse a wide lake through the trees. Something glitters on the far shore. Is it the palace? Come on, the officer says. I'll take you to school. In this universe, does Jason hurt his ankle? Good question, Intense Spiders. I also hope so. Hi, Powell. How's it going? You hesitate. Is it worth trying to explain your problem to the policeman? If he believes you, he might help you, but your story's pretty weird. Maybe you're better off running away and trying to get to the Palace of Mirrors on your own. If you try to get help from the policeman, turn to page 44. If you run for the palace instead, go to page 121. Okay, so it looks like... Coach, are you still here? Because it is your turn. Are we getting help from the policeman, or are we running for the palace? I'm gonna drink some tea. And Coach, if you are not here, then it is Dandy Hannibal's turn to decide. We'll give it like 30 seconds. I know expecting people to stick around forever is a big ask, so if it seems like the person's not here, we'll just move on, and if I accidentally skip someone, say the word and you'll get next in the queue. I think, Dandy Hannibal, are you still here? It does feel like a seance, yeah, I am calling out to the spirits for a sign. Dandy Hannibal, fantastic. What are we going to do? Are we going to explain our woes to the police officer, or are we going to run to the palace? I'm going to drink more tea while you puzzle over this important decision. Run to the palace, never talk to the police. Solid. All right, let's do it. Run for the palace, 121. Run, you shout. You and the twins take off. Stop! The policeman pounds after you. The lake is just ahead. A blue rowboat bobs at a small dock. Head for the boat, you call. You reach the dock and jump into the boat. A moment later, Stacy jumps in after you. But where's Jason? Help! Jason shouts. You and Stacy glance back. Jason has tripped on a rock! Damn it, Jason! Nintendo Spiders, you did this when you wished that Jason would twist his ankle. I understand the impulse, but look what you've done! The policeman aims a long tube at him. There's a pop. Then a net sails through the air and drops over Jason. I've got you now, the policeman yells. Untie the boat, you instruct Stacy. I'll help Jason. I really thought that we were just going to leave Jason behind, which would have been an acceptable decision, too. You run back to your friend. He's struggling against the net. Hold still, you command. Grasping the net, you wrap it more tightly around Jason's body. Stop it, Jason shrieks. You're making it tighter. Don't squirm, you tell him. Tightening the net is the only way you can think of to make it loose. You pull it even tighter. The net falls off. You help Jason up and start running. The policeman is right behind you now. You jump into the boat. Row, you shout.
Congratulations on your good deed, Putt-Putt.
Overlord, thank you so much for making the number even once again. You're a good soul. Wait, what was the fucking... It's 55. Oh, PawWelks1551, thank you for the follow, everybody. Say hello to our new friend, and to Gregory Stomp, the Stomping Yoshi, who stomp upon our choices and our hearts. You did it! You escaped! You and the twins bob in the middle of the lake. What did I fucking... Yeah, okay. On the far side, the palace gleams in the sun. Colored light reflects off its shiny sides. It seems to be made entirely of mirrors. It's beautiful, Stacy exclaims. So what? Jason grumbles. He's seen buildings before. It's probably as crazy as everything else in this backward place. You've learned your lesson, so you row as hard as you can in the wrong direction. The boat moves swiftly toward the palace. Soon, with a gentle bump, you land on the shore. You and the twins climb out of the boat and gaze upward. The Palace of Mirrors is enormous. The gleaming walls reflect the lake, the trees, and the sky. You made it. Now all you have to do is find the Queen's mirror. So I guess not talking to the police officer was the right decision. Because that we got to the palace, and we're supposed to go to the palace. Like, I'm looking, and yeah, we wind up in, like, school, which is terrible. And then you have to take a quiz. That's not a dead end, though. You wind up in school. That's a totally different path. Holy shit. All right. We'll keep that in mind for if we don't make it through the decision tree on this go. Speaking of which, we do have a decision coming up. So it looks like it's War's turn again. War, get ready to make a choice. You squeeze through a narrow opening between two tall mirrors. It leads into an entrance hall. You and the twins walk in and stop, shocked. The inside of the palace is made of mirrors, too. Everywhere you look, hundreds of reflections of yourself gaze back at you. The outside being mirrored does seem like a little bit of a safety hazard, but whatever. Everywhere you look, hundreds of reflections of yourself gaze back at you. What a strange place, Stacy exclaims. I never saw so many mirrors in my life, Jason says. One of these must be the ones we're looking for. No way, Stacy disagrees. They wouldn't keep the Queen's mirror in some lousy entrance hall. It must be in another part of the palace. I bet it has its own special room. We should search in here first, Jason insists. It's a waste of time, Stacy retorts. You sigh. Sometimes you feel like a referee. I'll tell you what we're gonna do, you say? If you stay and search for the Queen's mirror in the entrance hall, go to page 49. If you skip the entrance hall and search the rest of the palace, turn to page 16. War, what do you think? It's past midnight, but this has been surprisingly awesome birthday. Bailey's bills are paid. I can sleep now. I hope this will be fun, and it was. Thanks, everyone. Overlord Sailor, thank you so much for joining us. I'm glad you had fun on your birthday, even if it wasn't a party like you wanted or other plans like you wanted. I know COVID has been a butt to a lot of birthdays, and yours is no exception, and it fucking sucks. I've had 2 birthdays in this pandemic, and it fucking blows. I get you. I'm glad you were able to be here. Thank you so much for your donations, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your night. And War, you said that we're not going to search in the entrance hall. We're going to skip it. So let's go to page 16. Stacy's right. We're not going to find the mirror here in the entrance hall, you announce. Ha! Stacy looks triumphant. Let's go this way. She hurries out of the mirrored entrance hall and down a dark, chilly corridor. Jason's right beside her, still arguing. You move fast, trying to keep up. After a few moments... Sorry, just glancing at the chat. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, drink every time they dodge say/said. You die. You would absolutely die, Nurse Innocent. Holy shit. It's a nightmare. It's a nightmare of synonyms for the word say. You move fast, trying to keep up. After a few moments, you notice that the floor slants downward. The twins are several yards ahead of you. Putting on a burst of speed, you catch up with them. Guess what? You begin. Who cares? Jason grumbles. All I want is to get... Look, Stacy interrupts. With a gasp, she stops walking. You peek past her shoulder, then you stop and stare. You've never seen anything like this in your life. The corridor opens into a big cave. Hanging from the ceiling are hundreds of tiny objects. All are made of carved, polished stones. They twist and turn on their chains, and rainbows of colored light bounce through the huge room. Cool, Stacy cries. She rushes in. The stone objects tinkle as she passes. You glance up to see a tiny horse hanging on a slender silver chain. It looks just like a real horse, but it's made of polished rock, just like real horses. Look at this, Jason shouts. He points to a tiny blue motorcycle hanging just outside the entrance. What a beautiful flower, Stacy gushes, pointing to a red rose. It looks so real. I'm going to pick it. Now, they're giving us a choice on this page, but it's not a real choice, so I'm not going to go to the decision queue for it, because they say, did you just get a piece of advice from Professor Shock? If you did, turn to page 65. If you didn't, turn to page 106. So we didn't. I'm going to bookmark this, and we're going to turn to page 106. The song of the city grows ever louder. I want one of those carvings too, you cry, and reach for a little onyx guitar, because you're cool. A single piercing tone rings in your ears. Then everything becomes quiet. Very quiet. You try to glance around. Hey, you can't move your head. In fact, you can't move any part of your body. You can feel yourself swaying. Stone walls glide past your eyes, back and forth, as if you're on a rope swing. Then a gust of wind spins you around. Your heart skips a beat. You're staring at a life-size stone carving of a girl that looks a lot like Stacy. It swings from a thick chain next to an equally large carving of a red rose. How'd they get a carving of Stacy, you wonder? And what about that stone rose? Isn't that the same one Stacy was trying to pick? Somehow it got bigger, or you got smaller. A chill runs through you. Now you realize what happened. You've become one of the carvings in the Queen's chamber. You catch sight of yourself in a mirror as you swing by it. It's true. There you are in gorgeous green marble. Forever young, that's nice, but also forever frozen and dangling from a chain, which is not so nice. Hang in there, kid. The end. So let's pretend that we did get a piece of advice from Professor Shock. I assume that would have happened if we had gone down the path that leads to the palace, or the path that leads to the Lorio, as opposed to the path that leads to the palace. That's where I think the only opportunity for that to have been was. Anyway, that's my theory. But let's do pretensies. Page 65. You remember the warning Professor Shock gave you from the mirror. Wait, you cry, don't touch it. Stacy, Jason shouts. He grabs her and tries to pull her back. But it's too late. Stacy touches the rose. Pop! Both your friends vanish, just like that. You gaze around in panic, but there's no sign of them. They're gone. Stacy, you cry. Jason! We have a decision here, so let's see. Who's next? Tony M. Parker, you are up next on the decision queue. No answer. A moment later, you hear footsteps. You whirl. A nightmare creature stands right behind you. Blue blotches cover its leathery features. Its hair looks more like filthy gray feathers than hair. It wears a long, shapeless black dress draped with strings of carved stone beads. The creature opens its mouth, revealing long, pointed yellow teeth. Who dares trespass in my room? It demands. You're shaking in terror, but you must help the twins. We thought this was the queen's room, you reply. I am the queen, the creature thunders. You're the queen, you repeat, shocked. This is my chamber, she tells you. Your friends tried to steal one of my carvings. I punished them. Where are they? You stammer. The queen smiles. It's an ugly smile. She points to the ceiling. You stare up at the hundreds of hanging stone figures, and then you gasp as you understand what she means. She's turned the twins into carvings. What do you want? The queen demands. Think over your answer. If you decide to tell the truth, turn to page 101. If you think a lie would be safer, turn to page 52. And no, they won't tell you what's what. So, anyway, let's take a risk here. Tony M. Parker, are we going to tell the truth or are we going to lie to the queen? If you are still here. And if not, we will be skipping to FF9 Master as Overlord went to sleep. Yeah, a big flowy black dress with cool beadwork. That sounds cool. That sounds like a nice dress. I would wear that. I think maybe children are just afraid of the elderly. Same. Just kidding. I am the elderly. This is two different stories. Exactly. That's what I mean. The switch, there's always like one choice right at the beginning that determines like a major fork in the book. And I assumed it was going to be the switch one, and I was right. I kind of did think we were going to wind up in the pinball machine, since we wind up in it if we flip the red switch, but apparently not. Although I can only assume that if we arrive at an elevator, it will take us there at some point, because RL hates to waste a setting, even fake RL. FF9 Master, I'm going to say that you were following your decision because I haven't heard from Tony M. Parker. Tony M. Parker, if you're still here, say the word and you'll be next in the queue. So let's lie to the queen. Better think of a lie. We came here by accident, you say. We were just about to leave. Liar! The queen thunders. I know why you're here. My mirror tells me everything. Her voice is hard to do. Then you know we're trying to get back home, you exclaim. Please, won't you turn my friends back? Your friends will remain carvings, the queen says coldly, but you won't join them. Not yet, anyway. Not as long as you do what I want, she smiles. It is not a nice smile. What do you want, you ask? I told you. My mirror tells me everything, the queen answers, except how beautiful I am. For that, I need you. You want me to lie to you? You blurt out. What a mean kid. That's hilarious. The queen scowls.
Congratulations on your good deed,
A
Putt-Putt.
strange fool, you just donated $10. This is indeed how you do this. I will finish the page and then I will write your name down and put you on the wall. The queen scowls. Are you saying I'm not beautiful? Of course not, your highness, you stammer. You gaze at her hideous face. You're actually very pretty. That's better, the queen murmurs. She smiles. Tell me, what do you think of my nose? Oh, the queen wants lies. If you don't keep telling them to her, you'll be turned to stone. This could go for a long time. A very long time. To tell the truth, this looks suspiciously like the end. Okay, so let's tell the queen the truth and see what happens. But first I'm going to write down a strange fool's name and put them on the wall. Yeah, he's just flipping through the fairy tales at this point. Just rapid fire. Strange. Writing it down. Fool. Perfect. That almost looks like letters. Take it off of the pad. They stick so well to each other, but not to the wall. This one isn't even remotely sticky on the back. Okay. Oh my god, because it is the back. Holy shit, I just peeled from the bottom of the thing. I'm so smart, you guys. Can't even begin to explain how smart I am. Try again. Strange fool. I'm like, wow, this one feels like cardboard. And it doesn't have any sticky on it. What could it mean? Ah! my god, I dropped another one. It went right behind the computer. I'm going to pick up all the ones that I dropped at the end, and I'll put them all on the wall, and we'll take a photo. And I'll post it so that everyone can feel like part of the Ma squad. But it's like behind the computer. Ugh, that was a Strange Fools though, and I want to make sure that one stays on the wall at least a little because it's brand new. I'll put them all up there and take a photo at the end. I think, yeah, Poelx, I think a lot of us are from the U.S. I am from the U.S. I'm from Los Angeles. I've been doing a British accent for Stacy, but it's not very convincing. But some people live outside of the U.S. Some people are English. Some people, I think War lives in Spain. Got a few people in various places. Some New Zealanders. Okay. You're scared, but you decide it's best to tell the truth. We came for your mirror, you stammer. My mirror, the queen screeches. Never! No one may have my mirror. I need it. It tells me everything. We only want to borrow it, you tell her. We wanted to look at something through it. The queen stares at you in silence for a moment. This is it, you think. I'm about to become a carving. She makes a horrible face. Then you realize she's smiling. She begins to laugh. It sounds like a cow choking. Evocative of what, I don't know. I like your honesty, she says. All right, I'll give you a chance to use my mirror. Everyone becomes a character from The Nanny the second my voice gives out. And I'll restore your friends, but you have to earn your chance. I'll do whatever you say, you tell her. Not so fast, she warns. The task I have in mind is difficult, and if you fail... She trails off and gives you that ugly smile again. Your punishment will be my little surprise. You gulp. Sounds risky, but your friends need you. I'll take the chance, you tell the queen. The queen leads you to another smaller room. It's piled high with little stone statues, but these aren't shiny and bright like the ones in the big cave. These simply look like carved rocks. These are my new carvings, the queen tells you. Polish them. If you finish them in 2 hours, I'll return your friends to their true forms. I'll also let you use my mirror. But if you fail, look out. Her accent is all over the place. I'm making... if she comes back, if we see her again, she's going to be French the next time we meet her. She's in the mirror. Not all accents are the same in the mirror. You think that the best Goose Trunks was Escape from Horrorland because I did 500 accents. I did enjoy Escape from Horrorland. My opinion on the Goose Trunks is that my favorite one is always whatever the most recent one I did was. I think that one is my favorite right now. Oh, you're Polish. That's hilarious. Better get started, she tells you, cackling. Then she leaves. You grab the nearest carving and start rubbing wax over it. Gradually it becomes a deep glowing blue. You set it aside and grab another. As quickly as you can, you polish carving after carving. You rub wax on a stone apple, a little house, a woodpecker. All of them grow shiny and beautiful, but after an hour you've barely even made a dent in the pile. Biting your lip, you pick up another carving. You start polishing grimly. Then you notice something very odd about the little statue. We have a decision to make. Get ready. Let's see who is next. Kindlewick is next. Get ready, Kindlewick. The carving is of 2 turtles facing each other. We found the turtles! But they aren't ordinary turtles. They have human faces. Angry human faces. The turtles appear to be arguing with each other.
Congratulations on your good deed, Putt-Putt.
Stormcrow, holy shit, you just donated a huge amount of money, which is completely unnecessary and completely appreciated. Thank you so much. You are going on right on the wall. Oh my god. Amazing. I can't believe how wonderful and generous this community is. You are all such beautiful souls. I don't know how to sound like as earnestly grateful as I am without crying, because I feel like crying. I'm so grateful to you all. Incredible. Wow. Holy shit. Okay. They look like Jason and Stacy. Jason and Stacy! Your heart pounds. You examine the carving closely. The faces are your friends' faces. You're sure of it. This is what the queen transformed your friends into. You found them. But what should you do next? You're tempted to slip the carving in your pocket and make a break for it. If you manage to escape, you'll have the carving with you, and then somehow maybe you'll find a way to turn Jason and Stacey back into real-life kids. On the other hand, maybe you should polish the carving and hang it up. After all, the queen said that if you didn't polish all the carvings, you'd be punished. Who knows what her powers can do? Maybe you'd better obey her. Quick, make a decision. Time is running out. If you pocket the turtles and make a break for it, turn to page 133. If you
Congratulations on your good
If you go
deed,
on with your
Putt-Putt.
polishing, turn to page 30. DJ Shibboleth, thank you for the $5. You are the tippy top. You're going on the wall. And let's see. Kindlewick, what are we going to do? Are you still here?
Congratulations on
Jiminy's
your good
Journal!
deed, Putt-Putt.
Also the tippy top. I'm going to write stuff down really fast. And if Kindlewick is not here, then a strange fool will be deciding for us. Will we pocket the turtles or no? Kindlewick, you're here. Pocket the turtles. Hell yeah. A strange fool, you're next. Let me just write down people's names so that they can be on my wall. I'm glad I got multiple stacks of teeth. So many came and I was like, this feels very optimistic, but you guys have been so beautiful and generous. But, okay, Jiminy's Journal. Jiminy's. And I'll actually write it good this time, as opposed to last time when I inexplicably spelled journal with a 7. Which is not how you spell it, actually. Yeah, we just finished the pad. That's amazing. Put that right there. Perfect. Let's pocket the turtles and make a run for it. Page 133. Quickly, you slip the turtle carving into your pocket. You glance around. The room is empty. Who could be watching you? Still, you can't help feeling as though there are eyes on you. Hidden eyes. Sorry. I can read. Nervously, you reach for another carving and start polishing. Better keep busy in case anyone comes in while you're planning your escape. Then the door slams open. Sorry, I remembered. I remember I said she's going to be French if she comes back? Well, she's French now. How dare you try to steal my carving! The queen rages. That's just the easiest accent on my throat. I can't explain it. She towers over you. Her blotchy face is twisted in fury. I didn't mean, you stammer. It was just... Silence! The queen orders. I thought you were honest, but you betrayed my trust. She grabs you by the arm. Now you'll have to be punished. The hideous queen marches you to a mirrored revolving door at the end of the room. Ow! You exclaim. Her bony fingers are biting into your flesh. The queen positions you in front of the revolving door. Then she gives you a hard shove in the back. You stumble forward. Whoa! You shout as you whirl around and around. When the door finally stops revolving, you're completely dizzy. You take a few weaving steps and then raise your head and gaze around. Wow, you're in a hall of mirrors. Everywhere you turn, you see reflections of yourself. You frown. Your hair looks messy. No time to worry about that, though. You've got to get out of here and keep searching for the queen's mirror. Now, where was that revolving door? You turn to the left. Your face smiles back at you. You go right. There you are again. Your heart thuds as you realize you have no idea where the revolving door is. Among all these mirrors, it could take you years to find it again. You're stuck in a hall of mirrors, and the worst part is you're having a bad hair day. The end. Damn it, I can't believe pocketing the turtles wasn't the right choice. I really thought it would be. So, page 30. If we don't pocket the turtles, what happens? You decide your best chance is to do as the queen ordered, so you rub the carving of the turtles until it's shiny and green. Sadly, you set it aside and continue with your work. A few minutes later, you glance at the pile of carvings. Hey, it's only half as big as it was before. Afterward, you're never sure if you really polished all those stone carvings yourself or if some hidden force helped you. All you know is by the end of the second hour, every single one of the carvings has been buffed until it glows. You're hanging up the last one when the queen returns. No, she screams. This is all wrong. You did it. You polished all the carvings. Nobody has ever done that before. Is she going back on your deal? The idea makes you so mad you forget to be scared. Well, I did, you declare, and we made an agreement. I know, the queen grumbles. She sighs. All right, I'll stick to it. First, your friends. She stabs a finger at the ceiling. The carving of the turtles begins to glow green. Pop! A moment later, Stacy and Jason stand beside you. You stare at them and rub your eyes. You can barely recognize them. What has happened to your friends? Stacy, you cry. Jason, is it really you? Of course it is, Jason replies. But you're so clean, you exclaim. You both have new haircuts and new clothes. Jason and Stacy stare at each other. Then they glance down at their new clothes. Cool, Stacy cries. How did this happen? Jason asks. You got polished, the Queen mutters. What did you expect? Of course. You're ready to leave this place. You promised to let us use your mirror, you remind the Queen. She glares at you, then opens a secret panel in the wall. A round, gold-framed mirror appears. You and the twins rush up to it and gaze in. Look, Stacy cries, there are words in it. You peer at the swirling letters in the glass. You're sure the words are instructions for returning to your own world. There's only one problem. They're in strange writing, and we have a decision coming up. That will be a strange fool. So a strange fool, get ready for a decision. But first, look at the weird writing. Whoa! If you can read the secret writing, you know what to do. Turn to page 107. If you can't read it, go to page 93 for a hint. Okay, I'm going to hold it up. You got to figure it out. There we go, it focused. I don't know if you'll be able to do it. It is just backwards writing. You choose to believe you solved it, then a strange fool. I choose to believe you too. It says, it is backwards writing. To escape from this place to the world of your past, just step backward through a looking glass. Great. You solved it, a strange fool. Now you know the secret of escaping from the mirror world. All you need to do is step backward through a mirror. You thank the Queen and rush back to the entrance hall. You and your friends turn your back to the largest mirror, then step backward into it. You feel that strange, rubbery feeling again, like walking through Jell-O. The next thing you know, you're back in Professor Shock's garage. You and the twins gaze around. Everything looks normal. The mirror leans against the wall. The big colored switches are off. Let's get out of here, you exclaim. You and the twins hurry through the front part of the garage. It's still piled with junk, but you don't feel like doing any more cleaning. You just want to get away from this place. The front door is open. You can see your bikes right there in the yard. Then a dark figure looms in the doorway. Professor Shock, and he's blocking your way out. Oh, no, you don't, he exclaims. You're not leaving now, not after what you've done. He holds up a strange-looking black box with a long tube on one end. He aims the tube at you. Don't move, he shouts. You can't believe it. After everything you've been through, this crazy old man has pulled some kind of ray gun on you. We're sorry, you exclaim. We know we weren't supposed to go in the back room. We didn't mean to, Stacy adds. Let us go. Please don't shoot us, Jason begs. Shoot you? Professor Shock looks annoyed. But you made it through the mirror world. No one's ever done that. I must capture this moment. Now just step into the light so I can shoot a couple of pictures. Then you can leave. You're not sure you heard correctly. Pictures? You mean that's a camera? Stacy asks. Yes, the professor replies. I invented it myself. It's very special. As he talks, he clicks away. You see, once I photographed you, you can step into the film negative and find yourself in a negative world. I'm sure you'd love it. You've heard enough. Sounds cool, Professor, you say as you push Jason and Stacy toward their bikes. But we have to go now. Maybe some other day. Maybe some other lifetime. But as you ride away, Stacy's already starting to say, it might be fun. Maybe we should come back tomorrow. No way, you shout. I've had enough. And that's the end. We still have a few more decisions to do. I don't want to leave out Stormcrow, Q, DJ, and Jiminy's journal again. So let's go back through these post-its and see if we can't get 3 decisions out of this book still. I'm going to say we're going to tell the policeman our woes because I know that that leads to several decisions. If you try to get help from the policeman, turn to page 44. You decide to try to talk to the policeman. Officer, it's like this. We aren't really from this world, you begin. The policeman snorts. Button it, kid. I don't want to hear your tall tales. He hustles you and the twins toward the lake. Wait, hold on. Yes. Sure. Okay. Whatever. He hustles you and the twins toward the lake. You don't argue. The lake is where you want to go anyway. The policeman shoves you into a rowboat and then rows to a small island just offshore. On the island is a red schoolhouse with a bell on the roof. Last stop, he tells you. Go on in and don't let me catch you playing hooky again. But, Jason tries to say, the policeman raises his hand. Get going. You and the twins walk through the door into a classroom. Several students sit at desks. In front of a blackboard stands a scowling woman in an old-fashioned long dress, and she's also... hold on. Let me figure out what accent she is. Hold on. She's French as well. Sorry, it's just the easiest on my voice at this point. Welcome, new students. I am Miss Silver, Mademoiselle Silver, she says. Actually, we don't belong here, you say. Where, of course you belong here, Mademoiselle Silver interrupts. All children belong in school. But silence, she orders. Take seats in the back row and prepare for a quiz. You gotta prepare for a quiz now. A quiz? You and the twins exchange glances. Then, shrugging, you head for the back row. You'll wait and see what happens. Arnie! Ms. Silver shouts. A blonde, freckled boy stands up. What is 7 times 7? She asks him. 49, the boy replies. Miss Silver frowns. I cannot accept that answer. Go stand in the closet. Arnie turns pale. No, he cries. Not that. You know the rules, Miss Silver insists. Grabbing Arnie by the ear, she marches him to a door at the back of the room. Please, he begs. His voice is shaking. Miss Silver throws open the door. Enter, she snaps. She shoves him inside and slams the door behind him. A moment later, there's a long, horrible scream. Your heart races. What's in that closet? But before you can figure it out, Miss Silver points at you. Let's see what our new pupils know, she exclaims. For your sake, I hope you can do better than Arnie. Okay. Really committing to that accent, apparently. You gulp. Miss Silver's pointing straight at you. You're on the spot now. I don't get it, Jason whispers. Arnie was right. 7 times 7 is 49. Why did she punish him? Don't forget we're in a backward world. Maybe she wanted a backward answer, Stacey replies. Silence, Miss Silver shrieks. Now tell me, what is 7 plus 8? You're starting to sweat. If you don't give Miss Silver the answer she wants, you'll end up in the closet just like Arnie, and you know that would be really bad news. I'm waiting, Miss Silver snarls. Okay, Stormcrow Q, if you think the best answer is the real answer, 15, turn to page 88. If you think the answer that the teacher wants is 51, try page 14. Should we say 15 or 51? What do you think, Stormcrow Q? I'm gonna drink some tea, because my throat hurts from reading for 4 hours. Tea. If Stormcrow Q is not here, I hate to skip over because what a generous donation, but if Stormcrow Q isn't here, it's going to be DJ who makes this decision for us. DJ, what do you think we should do, 15 or 51? Thank you, War. I just, everyone has been so generous. I want to fulfill my promise and let everyone make the decision. You'll say 51, DJ? Okay. Stormcrow Q, if you maybe just stepped away for a second, just let me know once you're back, and you can be next in the decision. 51. Try page 14. 4 hours is indeed a lot of reading. So everyone do me a favor and nobody donate any more money. Because I don't know how much longer I can go, and we're reaching the end here. You decide to give the backward answer. 7 and 8 are 51. You tell the teacher. Wrong, Miss Silver cries in triumph. Everyone knows that 7 and 8 make 15. But you start to protest. Arnie gave a correct answer, but you told him he was wrong, Stacy yells. Yeah, you can't have it both ways, Jason adds. Silence, Miss Silver screams. I will not tolerate backtalk. Okay, Stormcrow Q, you're around. You're going to be the next decision. Into the closet, all 3 of you. Before you can move, the teacher has your ear in an iron grip. Out of the corner of your eye, you see that she's got Jason and Stacy's ears pinched together in the other hand. You struggle, but you're no match for Miss Silver. Give my regards to the sharks, she sneers. The perfect plot twist is that the teacher just fucking hated Arnie. It's true. It's pitch dark inside. You seem to be sitting in a giant woven basket of some sort. Straw pokes into your back. Did she say sharks? Jason moans. You never get the chance to answer, because suddenly there's a deafening sproing, like a giant rubber band snapping, and then the 3 of you are hurtling through the air. You gaze down, terrified. Water rushes by below you. It's the lake. There was a giant sling inside the closet, and it shot you right out of the building. Screaming, you and the twins plunge toward the water. The shark-infested water. Sploosh! You land in a white froth. You close your eyes, waiting to feel shark teeth ripping into your body. Nothing happens. You open your eyes. You're bobbing next to a small blue rowboat. The policeman's boat. It's empty. It must have come loose and drifted away. What a break! Get in, you order Stacy and Jason. You hold the boat steady while they scramble in. Then they grab your arms and haul you up to join them. Not a second too soon. As you're crawling over the side of the rowboat, Stacy yells, "Shark!" "Make that sharks," Jason adds. You turn around and peer over the side. Sharp black fins circle the boat. These sharks look big and hungry. "Too bad, sharks," you call. "We're out of here." We do got sharks, Faith. I don't know where you left, but this is like a totally different story. You did it. You escaped. You and the twins bob in the middle of the lake. On the far side, the palace gleams in the sun. Colored light reflects off its shiny sides. It seems to be made entirely of mirrors. Just took us back to that page. So let's see what would have happened if we had answered correctly. But we have other places we can go. Like, we still need to look in the entrance hall. I think there's still like a couple more spots left. Gosh, I didn't even mark one for the quiz because I thought for sure that 51 was the right answer. 73. Okay. So what if we say 15? What happens? You decide to give the teacher the real answer, but just in case, you whisper a backup plan to the twins. "What is 7 and 8? Miss Silver demands. 15, you reply. "Wrong," she shouts. "To the closet!" "No thanks," you declare. You give the twins a thumbs-up signal. Then the three of you split up and zoom toward the door. "Come back," Miss Silver shouts. "You'll never escape. There are sharks." You ignore her and run outside. The palace gleams on the other side of the lake. A blue rowboat bobs at anchor just a few feet from the shore. "Come on," you tell your friends. "We'll wade to the boat and then row to the palace." "Well, what about the sharks?" Jason stammers. "I don't see any," Stacy says. The three of you gaze into the clear water. There is no sign of sharks. "Sharks don't live in lakes. Miss Silver is trying to scare us," you declare, and wade into the lake. The water of the lake only comes to your knees. You start for the boat. "This is easy," Jason marvels. Too easy, you wonder. You glance nervously around, scanning the water for dark fins, but it's all clear. No sharks. You've almost reached the boat when Stacy screams. You whirl around. Something big and black has swooped down from the sky and grabbed her. Something with fins and lots of sharp teeth. "What was that?" Jason shrieks. "You can't believe it. It's a shark. A flying shark." When you glance at the sky, your eyes widen in horror. Heading for you are more flying sharks, hundreds of them. Then one of the things zooms at you. You duck, but it's no good. Dagger-like teeth close on your body. You're whisked up and away. Jason is next to you, screaming horribly. Too bad. It looks as if this adventure has come to a very fishy end. Okay, so if you answer correctly, then you get eaten by sky sharks. If you answer incorrectly, then the teacher tries to put you in the closet anyway, and the sharks are in the water. Math is crazy in this world. Also, I love that in this book, you can die by being eaten by sky sharks. Sharks all the way down. Okay. Let's stay and search for the Queen's Mirror in the entrance hall on page 49. We just have Jimny's journal left for our decisions, so at our next decision, that'll be you, Jimny's journal, and then I'll probably call it as soon as we reach an ending there, because I think we've pretty much read the book at this point, and also my throat hurts. Jason's right. We should look for the Queen's Mirror in this hall before we go on, you say. You examine the mirrors near you. Some are round, some are square, some are shaped like hearts. You peer into each of them. They all seem ordinary to you. But then you don't know what a queen's mirror looks like. Maybe the Queen's Mirror has her name on it, Stacy suggests. It's an idea. You begin checking the mirrors for names, but the only writing you find say Made in Taiwan, which is a funny joke for children. Then you spot something and implies a much bigger thing, actually. Mirror Taiwan. Then you spot something green glittering in a corner. You step over the mirrors for a closer look, but all you find is a green mirrored door set back into a nook in the wall. Should you investigate what's behind the green door, or should you forget it and rejoin your friends? All right, Jiminy's Journal, this is our last decision. If you try the door, turn to page 7. If you rejoin your friends, turn to page 128. What'll it be? Wait, Storm Crow-Q, did you make a decision? I'm so sorry. Storm Crow-Q, I apologize. I didn't mean to skip you. I got all turned around. Although, wait, no, I think Storm Crow-Q was the one who did the decision. Who did the math decision and saved our lives. So, Storm Crow-Q, if you're still here, let me know if you did get to make your choice. DJ did the math decision. Okay, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm trying to keep everything straight. Storm Crow-Q, come back so you can take your choice. Oof. Storm Crow-Q, Storm Crow-Q, I don't want to skip over you again. And I know you're here because you said you were. How are you guys doing? Have you been having a fun day so far? This has gone so wildly well. I honestly am so delighted you all came out and hung out with me and helped me with this, because I gotta tell you that dental bill was making me panic, and now I'm not panicked anymore, and I've had such a blast with you guys. This has been so much fun. Okay, I'm gonna give it 30 more seconds starting now, and if Storm Crow-Q appears, we shall go with their decision. And if not, we'll go with the door like Jiminy's Journal wanted, because it'll be their turn. And then Storm Crow-Q can get the next choice if they are there for that. Oh, you got your vaccine today, Nurse Innocent? How are you feeling? Will this be put on YouTube? Yeah, I could put this on YouTube. This seems like a good one. Seems relevant. All right, it's decided. I shall put it on YouTube. I'll do that after this. Yeah, congratulations on getting the vaccine, Nurse Innocent. Okay, we've hit 30.
Thanks for your help. Bye.
Trappy, thank you for the 300 bits. You are a bit of the best. It's good your arm is just slightly sore. That's fair. Make sure to remember to windmill it, because it'll make it hurt less the next day. Is it vaccine 1 or vaccine 2? Okay, we're going to try the door like Jiminy's Journal said. You decide to try the green door. It swings open at a touch of your hand. You step through to another room of mirrors. But these mirrors are all small and square. They cover the walls, the ceiling, and the floor like tiles. You glance around for the door you step through. Uh-oh. There's no sign of it. There's no way out. Just wandered off and got lost. Welcome to the Hall of 10,000 Mirrors, a hollow voice echoes. Who are you? You cry. You spin around to see who is speaking, but all you see is hundreds of your reflections gazing at you from the small square mirrors. It doesn't matter who I am, the voice responds. Could you tell me how to get out of here, you ask? I could, the voice says, but that would spoil all the fun. Find the way out for yourself. Let me go, you demand. I never did anything to you. I'm getting tired of being shoved around. Calm down, the voice tells you. I'll give you a hint. To escape from the room, all you have to do is find the mirror with a tiny red dot in the corner. That mirror will lead you out. Search out one tiny red dot in all these mirrors. It's impossible. What if I can't find it, you ask? Then you'll remain here forever, the voice replies. But you start to protest. Better get started, the voice interrupts. There are 10,000 mirrors in here. You peer into the nearest mirror. Your face gazes back at you, but no red dots. No dots of any color. You examine another mirror, then another. You see a dot. No, wait, that's a freckle. You glance around and you gaze around. You tried to make glance and gaze be the same word, and it just didn't work. You gaze around in despair, and then you spy something red in a corner of the room. You rush over to the corner. Leaning against the wall is a bottle of glass cleaner. Next to it is a rag with a tiny red smudge on it. You pick up the rag and gaze at it in despair. No wonder you couldn't find the dot. Someone cleaned all the mirrors. The red dot is gone. And you're trapped. Forever. Too bad. That's the way the cookie crumbles. The end. Can't believe some fucker cleaned a mirror. Exactly, Trappy. Like, my God, what a weird death. They're like, check out this cool thing we put here. And if you go, they're like, you're dead immediately. And you have no way out of it. Okay, guys, it doesn't seem like Storm Crocu came back. Storm Crocu, if you see this, I'm so sorry. But I don't know where you went. But know that next time we play a game where any kind of decision is important, you will get to make a choice for us. How about that? I owe you a decision. I owe you one decision. Okay. Guys, I'm going to sign off. I'm going to go rest my voice for a little bit, and I'm going to put that gross fucking medicine in my mouth for an hour and not talk and watch The Nanny. You're all such wonderful people. Thank you so much for coming, for supporting, and for just hanging out and having a good time. This has been such a blast. I've had so much fun doing this, and I just can't believe how lucky I am to have such a wonderful and kind and giving community. You're all amazing people. I can't wait to have so many teeth in my head. I'm going to double the amount of teeth that I have in my head. For those of you who are new, please join the Discord. Everyone here is so nice, and they're also nice there. Plus, there are photos of pets and food that you cook, and we talk about our horoscopes, and there's places where you can complain about stuff that makes you angry, and it's a wonderful place. Plus, it's also where I put announcements for the streams and such. I will be back tomorrow not tomorrow. I won't be back tomorrow. I will be back on Monday at 6 p.m. Pacific time playing good old-fashioned video games. Probably on the Switch. We might get to do new Pokemon Snap on Monday since we didn't get to do it before, and I got my capture card working again, which I'm pretty excited about. So new Pokemon Snap on Monday is the plan. 6 p.m. Pacific time. Hope to see you there. I hope all of you have a wonderful rest of whatever time zone you're in. Drink some water. It's really good for you. Thank you to everyone so much. Peace out.